not
what
what I
ever
expected.
are we talking about?
There it is.
I am live on TikTok too. Hi guys. Hi. Close up with my first time. I'm so glad How's everyone doing tonight?
Audio.
I'll be muting myself on the live if I'm talking to TikTok, so you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome one and all to another lagging out stream produced by Hero, the IT guy.
Uh-oh.
To my left is the one and only Chieftain, founder of Lagging Out.
What's up, y'all? How you doing tonight?
And if anybody is curious why he keeps muting, it's because he is also streaming on TikTok, a new feature that we got. Now we just got to figure out how to tie it into the actual stream. On my right is Soda.
Someone asked me if I was
that runs
diabetic.
at
I'm just anemic.
60 FPS. Bottom left is Oni, the one and only. How are you tonight, Oni?
I am existing.
And then on the bottom right is Tyrann Death.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What are you streaming tonight?
What are you streaming tonight?
Diablo
Tyrann Death?
3.
Diablo 3. Ooh.
You chose Diablo 3. So if you guys want to multi-screen or multitask while we're streaming and watch him blow up demons and stuff in epic fashion, just don't leave us here.
Yes. So he's streaming, so he's gonna be sitting in the corner there streaming on all fours since he's a wolf.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, dude.
I am not diabetic, I am anemic. Just so people are like, wait a second, are you diabetic? I don't know why someone asked that. That was weird.
That's weird.
Do I look
It's
diabetic?
okay.
Yes.
There is somebody on the show who is diabetic. Yes. So no judgments here.
By the way, thank you, Mariner, for resubbing again.
Thank you, Mariner.
You have now been subscribed
Appreciate
for
it.
6 months.
Whoa.
Thank you for showing all that love.
Where is the love?
All right, so we're going to get right into it. Oh. Okay, it is delayed. I'm not used to that, Chief. I'm sorry. So, if you see this QR code on your screen, I'm pointing up at my monitor like you can see it. Wow, bad habits die hard. But if you see this QR code, this is a dono code. If you just take your phone, point it at the screen, go clip, you can, give us some monies, please. I don't have that soundbite. It's all on Chieftain stuff.
Damn it.
We'll do sign language.
Hey!
Hey! Must be
Some
the
fun
money.
games.
Hey, Becky.
So, yeah.
Oh
What's
my
the
God,
story
Becky.
here, Chief?
What's up?
What's the story here, Chief?
Story with what? Oh, Becky Lynch. Oh, there is no story here, as I explained to you before when Becky Lynch was here. I just thought it was a funny gaming meme. I figured we could just put funny gaming stuff in there as we go.
You know what? I totally approve of that. Like,
And who
we
doesn't like
should.
Becky Lynch? Like, we talk about wrestling all the time like it's real. So
Why not?
when she's
Becky?
in the other room waiting to apologize and she hears the PlayStation beep, who
Please
has
grow your hair
who's
out.
actually had that with their mate press one? Like you're like having a fight and like, you know what? I'm right.
That's totally me. What up, Taker? Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Ticker.
Welcome, brother.
Yeah, I'd say one, but there might be confusion because there's 2 lagging outs in the stream tonight.
Oh no, there should be only one because I switched over to my Chieftain account.
No, well, I can 2-box then.
But who doesn't like Becky Lynch? I'm just saying.
I wish you'd grow your hair back out. Becky, grow your hair out.
I don't think she cares what you think. Seth
I know.
Rollins is her man, right?
Seth freaking Rollins. You can
Seth freaking Rollins.
So, attention to anybody who does not know, we are not for kids.
You are not.
So if you're a kid, make sure your parents aren't in the room. No, I'm kidding. I do not condone that.
do it.
Wow.
If you are a kid, please leave now. Nothing we say is appropriate.
Plus, you're gonna be
Oh.
extremely bored if you're 7 years old watching this.
Who
Sorry.
knows if
For
they'd
you.
understand?
We
There
have
might
no-
be a little bit of politics in here too because Chieftain's on his TikTok. So
We have no fucking Legos. Well, Chief does. Never mind.
I do. I have Legos. They're right behind me.
I do too.
Ah.
Thank you
Oh.
very much.
Sorry.
One
We
of
have
my favorite
Legos.
one of my favorite TikTokers. She builds Legos all the time. I'm just watching her. Like, why do I find this appealing? I'm like, I like this so much. This is so fun to me. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
There we go. Now I can be like a real teacher, like some people on that are hosts.
Any questions, comments, or concerns from the staff? The preceding content is intended for mature audiences only, and the opinions and views expressed on this live are not necessarily those of Lagging Out Entertainment, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or any of its sponsors, advertisers, and especially your mom. Viewer discretion is advised.
Especially your mom.
Reading is fun.
Yeah, Ticker. We are
'cause-
not live there currently. Technical issues that need to be figured out in the background.
Yeah. Like
It's me.
donations, like we don't have enough money to do it, basically. So it's like $100 and something for the year, and we don't have the money yet. So
Oh, good lord.
Oh, good lord.
Good
let
lord.
me see.
what is
Let me
this?
see.
Anime time?
Oh, it's a secret message from Badger.
Uh-oh.
Aw.
It says, fuck all you guys.
It says,
Oh,
I
wow.
love you,
Oh
Soda.
my god.
Aw.
It literally says that.
What? No, it doesn't. I'm blind.
More of the cringe going on in the live tonight. I don't know how many people are in my TikTok. I can't tell. I don't even know.
Probably
I
have to
never
look on
went live
computer.
before, so I don't know how this works.
Thank you for that confirmation, Magma.
It is cringe-o-matic. Magma Soldier says it is
Yeah.
cringe. Yeah, can we move to the next slide, please? Thank you. Oh my god.
So
If I did that, I would never hear the end of it. If I did that with my girl, I would never. It like
What are
oh
you
my God.
doing?
Yeah.
Go. Wait. She's supposed
go
to. Be
to
in bed.
bed,
Go to bed,
Badger.
Badger.
We love you. We feel your support.
Welcome, Blossom. Smile, thank you. Joining the live tonight. You're hearing only 1/5 of the conversation, but thank you for joining my TikTok. But this is the read for Tyrande. So Tyrande, shameless self-promotion, dude. Go for it.
Hey guys, how's it going? We got 6 to 10 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. You'll find me here on Lagging Out playing Final Fantasy or Warframe. However, in the next coming weeks, as soon as season 28 goes live, we'll have Diablo 3 final
4.
season before Diablo 4 is released. in which case, on release, we'll be taking over all current streams that I run.
Good job. All right, dramatic plug. That was the most exciting plug you've ever done. Like, you actually had emphasis in your voice. I was so happy to hear. Like, he's pretending to be excited. You almost sold me about your excitement there. Great job,
Vocal cues being learned.
He can be taught. Hallelujah. Good job, Tyrande.
I ain't an old dog yet.
I'm not dead yet. I'm old. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh boy. So our topic here is Marvel Unfazed. This is going to be great. I love this topic. Whoever picked this, number one. Good job.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So the context of, look, I'm just gonna shamelessly plug Oni's complete and utter brilliance with our topic titles. There's a few that I didn't choose to spin for the sake of what in God's name is going on here.
We got double Onis.
There we go. All right.
When you thought one Oni was enough, there is two. It's the multiverse of Onis.
Oh,
Are we
God.
able to hide? Here we go. Hide not know. I can't. Ah, crap. How do I undo what I did?
Control Z.
What did you do? Control Z.
I hid.
Control Z if all else fails.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Thank you for everybody
bad.
joining. By the way, this is ridiculous. Thank you so much.
Anyways, so I'm gonna continue to shamelessly plug throughout the show the amazingness of Oni's choice of topic titles. There are a few that I didn't opt to ask her to spin for us, mostly because I felt it wouldn't have been appropriate. However, in this particular topic, we're going to discuss a recent interview that Kevin Feige had with I don't remember who exactly. Doesn't really matter. I don't put
Your
much
mom?
trust in. I don't put much trust in. I don't put much trust in most mainstream publications anymore. So, the particular context here is in the interview, Kevin Feige unintentionally admitted that Marvel Phase 4 was a bust.
Oh,
Yeah.
4.
You're
Good year.
muted.
Who? Chief's
Chief
talking to
Davis.
TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Phase 4 was a bust. Shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking to TikTok. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing
You're recapping. Got it.
He's making himself famous. He's like, fuck the Twitch feed. I'm gonna be famous on.
We only have, honestly, we only have like 15 follows on our lagging out TikTok, which is lagging_out, just like our Twitch.
Yep. Well, we're working it.
Twerking?
So
You want some twerking? What?
oh,
We
please
like to
don't.
work it, lay down, flip it, reversing it.
Stick it in, ride that BOOTY. Oh my.
Anyways, so ultimately, in the interview, he basically said that he basically backtracked and, used his powers of revisionist history to undo things that was said in the past in previous interviews where people were saying, is there Marvel fatigue? Is there Star Wars fatigue? And a lot of, certain individuals, actually Bob Iger to be one, stated that he didn't believe that there was fatigue in either brand and that they were going to spin up more content into these franchises. That being said, out comes Kevin Feige like 2 years later, basically saying, yeah, we oversaturated the market with Marvel content, so we're going ahead and we're going to start stretching out our content. We're going to do less.
How far?
He said we're going to start spreading it out, stretching it out, giggity, and we're going to have a slower release schedule for Marvel. When asked about Star Wars, He made an opposite statement saying, "No, we're going to be spinning up more content for Star Wars."
Didn't somebody say that that they're spreading out Star Wars too thin?
We talked about
Qui-Gon
it.
Jinn, whoever played Qui-Gon Jinn says like you guys are
Yeah.
thinning out Star Wars too much.
His exact phrasing I don't remember, but he did basically say they were oversaturating it and taking the magic away from the story and the franchise.
'Cause didn't they want to do a spinoff on him?
Yeah,
I think so.
they want to do a spin-off on Qui-Gon. He said no.
They can still do it. It's
I
like,
will
fuck
find you and I will kill you. I have a particular
will.
set of skills.
just
Oh, sorry, wrong movie.
Indeed. So,
cover up his face.
Anybody
Right.
else have input on this?
I don't know if they're. I know Star Wars. It's not. I don't think they're overdoing it. It's just doing it poorly.
Well said, sir.
The new Mandalorian looks good, but I mean, how far
That's
can you possibly go?
But that's really the only thing that's really got everybody kind of,
Boba Fett was very lackluster. We called that what, Mandalorian
yeah, like
episode
Season
3.5.
2.5.
yeah.
Let's
I
season
mean,
3.5.
If Mando
Yeah.
wasn't in there, it would have probably been kind of meh.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that. I don't know. I think the only thing out of Star Wars that has been fantastic since the new series started has honestly been The Mandalorian. Like, they
Yeah.
completely botched everything in their trilogy, and then they kind of won back some good faith and good favor with Mandalorian, especially when they had that cameo that everybody knows about now, but spoiler free.
Yeah, that was cool.
Spoiler.
I hadn't watched the other one because you spoiled it, so.
I don't know how.
Obi-Wan.
Hero spoils everything.
But,
yeah, Obi-Wan. Let's just talk about everything that happens in every episode. So nobody
Oh,
wants to
come
go,
on now.
Yeah.
You gotta realize that wasn't Obi-Wan's show. That was the Leia show.
Oh, why didn't they name it Leia?
Nobody
No one would
knows.
watch it, like, no one would watch it.
I don't know. With Leia, passing away, she's gotten, quite a bit of, especially in the collecting industry,
Oh yeah. That's always gonna be a crazy market. What about you, Turnduth? You got anything on this one?
Why,
Like,
yes,
the
I
Sith and
do.
hypocritical Jedi engage in absolutes.
Wow.
Whoa.
Going all
Interesting.
philosophical.
There is
on
no
us.
good. There is no bad. There is just a force.
They're
just
just
saying.
gray.
I like
Let's
it.
keep it gray. Let's keep it gray,
How-
folks.
How about you, Oni?
I mean, I've been saying that.
Your phone. She just.
Damn, she's gonna fucking flip out.
E.T.
She's
Hey,
trying to fix it.
E.T.
Just
One
take
of our
like
hosts- one of our
50
hosts
of-
has to reconnect. So
Just take. Go
it's
to
lagging
bed.
out. This happens every show. Every time it lags out. How do I encourage people to talk on TikTok? I have no idea.
Show your
Be
boobs.
20 years younger, so I'm more engaging and fun,
Lick
I
out of a
guess-
dog bowl.
right?
Hmm.
I'll wear a crazy wig and makeup and
More
pretend to
different.
drink
Pop out
emo
the
juice,
chat.
and then I don't know.
Just go watch Madonna's new TikToks.
Oh,
Oh.
you know what's even more? You know whose TikToks are probably the most cringe are Britney Spears.
Oh. At least Britney's still decent looking. Madonna just like, oh, what the fuck are
Madonna
you doing?
looks like someone shit out a witch, and it looks like that.
Anyways,
I'm sorry, it hung up or I hit a button or something.
Ah, gotcha.
yeah, you're good. But please go ahead.
My
have the
background's
floor.
oversaturated.
Well, I mean, just how after you create a universe-ending event with Thanos,
Right.
where do you go? Where on earth could you possibly go? The human mind tends to enjoy things in threes. It's just a nice it's just a nice evenly spaced out allegedly trilogy. It works. Beginning, middle, end. They had everything planned out, phase 1, 2, and 3. Why it did so well. What's hilarious, though, is they're running their shit show the same way every other channel is trying to run it, which is a nice way of saying flying by the seat of their pants because they don't understand how to plan things out. The Marvel Cinematic Universe didn't just happen. There was the hope that the first movies would do well enough that people would invest more money to expand on the universe, but it wasn't guaranteed. So I don't know what they expected. And it just blows my mind that people in that universe will bitch and complain incessantly and never shut the fuck up about, well, we're going to hold on to this idea until we can bleed it dry and then try to use its desecrated corpse for something else and recycle it. And yet then also fucking complain about how there are no new ideas in Hollywood. Yeah, no fucking shit. Dumb fucks.
I agree.
So no, I'm not surprised. They're gonna blame everyone except themselves. And they're gonna say it's in a slump, and they're gonna say this and that. And they're just gonna keep complaining like they have for the last several years. I just want them to shut the hell up. Disney is, as far as I'm aware of, hiding how badly it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
They are, I know they are struggling a lot more than they're trying to say. They're trying to be that injured antelope in the herd and hoping and praying that the lions don't smell blood. It's all a farce. A lot of these companies are bleeding themselves like that because they are so incompetently run, yet they will blame everybody except themselves because they don't realize that having the title of being a manager or a CEO or CFO, yeah, it means you also take responsibility for the shit that goes wrong. But oh no, it's everyone else that's the problem. And I get my golden parachute because that's just how the game gets to be worked. They wanted to do a Leia series, they could do it really well. If they wanted to do something in memoriam in honor of Carrie Fisher with Leia in the starring role, it could be absolutely phenomenal because the character of Leia was so well done in what is now considered Legends or the original expanded universe, because she was an excellent duelist. She had impeccable diplomacy skills. She was trying to fight against the darkness in her family, both within and without. She lost 2 of her children, was basically helping to raise her granddaughter. She had a lot going on. Could be really, really inspiring to see a movie about that. But no, they don't want to touch that. But the same people who will go, well, we just need more women representation. They're also the same ones who complain about J.K. Rowling. It's so annoying. You just can't win with people who just want to find a reason to complain. That's all they exist to do.
They think their opinions matter.
I would also respect someone's opinion more if they brought something of substance to the argument instead of just buzzwords and my hurt feelings.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Your feelings are hurt. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. My feelings get hurt by things too. And
fake news.
No one else is going to solve that fucking problem. So What else? I don't mind people having different opinions. I love people having different opinions. The frustrating thing is that there's nothing behind it. They just say things to hear themselves talk.
Yeah. Twitter's not a real place, but people think it is. So that's where they go right. There and Reddit, probably the most toxic places. Well, not so much Twitter anymore, but definitely Reddit, from what I hear from Actinova, is very toxic.
The stuff that I've seen on Reddit, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
I agree.
It is totally
So,
crazy.
I'll go to open the floor. Anybody else have any other things to throw on top of it?
Giggity.
Can I throw burning money?
Mm-hmm.
I'd prefer non-burning money so that we can actually collect and use it.
No, why would
like
you
money.
not want to burn money? It would increase the value of the money that's still in circulation.
That is true.
The problem is people keep printing money
300 million a day.
because history hasn't proven how badly that goes.
No,
but, oh no,
Ticker.
heaven forbid
Reddit
someone
is-
brings that up.
Reddit is not better than Twitter. It is literally a forum /
Reddit.
FAQ
Reddit's
location.
not better than it.
But it's also run by the community. Mods are picked for it by popular opinion, and most of these people power trip worse than a Discord mod.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
When I've seen people on lives on TikTok, and like I have a disagreement with them, and I'm stating a fact, like I don't know, the train derailment that we talked about last week.
Oh yeah.
They said, Trump rolled back the regulations. I go, actually, in 2015, Obama did it, and then I get removed from chat. I'm like, I could give you a link, but I get removed from chat. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's not like left versus right here. It's like I'm stating a fact here. Like,
No, you don't.
I get automatically get booted. I'm like, okay, you guys don't want to hear the truth. You want to sit in your little fucking echo chamber. But I mean, everyone does that. Yes, Oni, go ahead.
Which is worse? And I don't mind if chat decides to put in their vote for this. Which is worse? Twitter, Reddit, or Tumblr?
Oh, 100%
I don't even-
Tumblr.
I never used Tumblr.
It got bought out years ago, and then the people that owned Tumblr, basically they permanently banned. They basically said that, hey, no porn allowed, and then everybody went from Tumblr to Twitter. So all the toxicity that was in Tumblr went to Twitter.
Oh,
You're missing a few steps there. To my knowledge, they didn't just go to Twitter. They were already on Twitter. The thing is Tumblr found out they had some folks using it for nefarious purposes against minors. And they wanted to do something about it, which for once, okay, say what you will about Tumblr. They were right in wanting to do something about that and solving that problem. Absolutely correct. However, what they decided to do was nuke everything regarding adult content. That means pornography. That means sensitive topics. That means artists who do more adult or sexually suggestive works could no longer post. And Tumblr was not offering any alternatives. It was none. So those artists went elsewhere. Sometimes that was in the form of old sites that were having a dying, user base going, hey, we'll optimize for what you guys do. Just tell us what you need. We would love to host you. We understand that, this sucks, but let us know. We would love to make sure our website works for you. We want to invite you into our server base. Tumblr has gotten, in some ways, kind of like memory lane where you go, wow, this is just as shitty as I remember. But there are artists coming back. It's still kind of regulated in the same way, but it doesn't seem as heavy-handed, but Tumblr hasn't really been the same,
Nope.
which is kind of funny.
They
So,
lost their entire user base, basically.
but at least they were trying to solve their problem with predators, unlike
I would
Twitter.
agree.
So
That's
look,
actually
Tumblr gets a point of they at least get a point in their favor from me, because they at least were trying to solve a problem. They did a horrible job at it, but I see what they were trying to do. Okay. Twitter, on the other hand, hey, how about you get the predators off your website? Have you thought about that?
Is actually the thing is the original ownership of Twitter wasn't doing anything about it.
I know.
Now it's a big mess that the current owner is contending with, and he is actually doing a lot and has been doing a lot. He has been actively going through multiple things have been done that were left outstanding over the last several years. Recently.
It's true,
But
Tigger.
I'm aware.
yeah, I don't want to. I'm not gonna go too far into that because that's a whole different topic, and we kind of exhausted news on Twitter over the last 6 months.
No.
You know, I'm not gonna go there for the same reasons that I'm not gonna give an update on the latest screenings of a certain DCEU movie that has struck the news again.
But the mere fact that you're mentioning it
Right?
is already.
Fuck.
I'm not going to bring it up, but I'm going to bring it up.
That's what she
I'm
said.
Batman. Na na na
12-inch
na
penis.
na 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 na. I'm Batman. Give me a hot dog.
What? Ticker said all I know, they never knew what a 12-inch penis looked like until he was on Twitter.
Wow.
Who
Really?
the fuck has a 12-inch cock? Like,
I mean,
that's-
that would be more of
Ticker.
a hindrance to me
yeah, right?
if you had something that big. I mean,
What's the point?
well, you throw it over your shoulder. Like, what the hell?
I mean,
Ugh.
not everybody is Ron. Never mind.
Ticker was like, he only needed to see it for 5 minutes.
Right. Wow.
Sorry,
Wow.
Ticker.
Not appropriate. There
Oh.
goes. There we go. We're gonna get booted for that comment. And
4.5
Hero's
minutes,
gonna
I
hit the
guess.
button 50 times on it, so that way when I go through it tomorrow.
Kind of forgot to.
He's gonna go. He's gonna try to beat his record tonight. Come on, you
Also,
can do
I
it
also
here.
edit the clips for our YouTube channel as well.
You can beat the 72 tonight, can't you? That didn't sound right.
I don't know. That's a lot of.
That's all right. I'm gonna
Never
train
mind.
Taron Death how to edit, and he's gonna go through them. What?
What?
I have to turn on my mic now. What?
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 Your feet fit a light socket?
I feel like I should know this question, but I don't.
You
So
probably
the trivia
should.
this week. What was Badger's first Pokemon? So
Uh,
last week it was what was Oni's
God
first
damn it.
Pokemon, and then she disappears because she hates us. Able to buy.
Hey, what up,
thrower.
Nova?
Oh,
Charizard.
Ticker and Nova are in the chat on our
no,
Twitch tonight. Wow.
I don't know.
Look at
What,
The
that.
old squad got together there, Soda. What'd you do? Make
When
a call?
worlds collide. Look at this. This is
I have
what
to
happens
call,
when worlds. I can't believe we have 1,100 people in this room. It's amazing. I'm getting my glasses next week, so
We all know.
my
you
new
need
glasses.
I think
can't
you're
see
adding
shit
a
with
couple
these.
zeros there, Chief.
Hey, hey,
it's
don't
wishful
burst our
thinking.
bubble, man.
oh, I was gonna call, see if we can get Ben in here, but he was in the Bahamas or something. He's always fucking somewhere. So got
Wow.
a new truck. Then he went to somewhere. Then he's always gone.
Always gone.
Next week he's going to Jackson Hole.
He did it right. He married for money. Oh wait, that
That's what you got to do. Love doesn't exist. It's just familiarity over time.
Okay, Bones.
Good lord.
Okay,
You
Rick.
guys.
That's from Rick and Morty. I don't know. I'm gonna pick Pokemon. I'm gonna pick Pikachu. That's the only one I know.
I'm gonna.
That's the only Pokemon I know. I don't know any Pokemon.
I'm going with vanilla again.
Vanilla. You should know
Bunny.
this, no?
I should, but I don't know.
First?
Gotta do the newlywed game with people on staff. How well do you know your mates?
Actually, I think Chief's right on this one. It was Pikachu.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I think Connie said something about it last week.
I think she did.
Facts. That's why.
And if it was later in the show, it's hard for me to focus later on in the show. But I mean, it's hard for me to focus anyway. But where's my Ginkgo Biloba in B12? I lack focus.
Anyways, go ahead. Why did it pop up twice?
Why did it pop up twice? It does that sometimes.
Lay off the sauce, Ticker says.
Lay out the sauce.
Lay off the sauce.
Hey.
I don't drink
Me either.
enough.
So at the risk of beating a dead horse, I mean a dead
Giggity.
corporation, I am
Oh my
bringing
God.
up this topic again. So, thank you, Badger, for all the beautiful memes. This is hilarious. A couple weeks ago, Hasbro published their earnings call. Or had it. I can't remember which. One of the two. I'm not a corporate bigwig, so I don't know all the terminology. And they posted a loss in profits of $129 million. By the way, they claimed that the D&D boycott that happened over their attempt to renege on the OGL, they claimed that the boycott and the cancellation of their D&D Beyond subscription service did not hurt them. However, their $129 million loss on Wizards of the Coast would say otherwise. As a fellow D&D player, at least historically, probably not so much anymore, Tierndeth, what are your thoughts?
Unmute your mic.
He's not muted.
I would say they've rolled a critical one on that bluff.
Oh yeah, I think we all do.
Whoa.
Oni, as another lover of all things tabletop RPG, what do you think?
All her die roll 20s.
What?
The only games I play are with 20-sided dice.
What do you feel about this, Oni?
No, I'm just wondering what you said because you said something and it was too quiet for me to hear.
Oh,
I'm not. Damn, I'm talking kind of loud, so sorry. So
Sure.
my question for you, Oni, is what do you think of this particular topic? Hasbro posting a $129 million loss and claiming it wasn't because of the D&D Beyond boycott over the OGL.
I mean, I knew when they posted the fiscal earnings of the recent quarter, I knew it was going to be bad because if you look at the previous quarters, it was going down anyways. When you look at them, they go over all of their, they go chunk by chunk. So there's the Dungeons and Dragons section, there's Wizards of the Coast, which owns Magic the Gathering, we all know, but whatever. There's like My Little Pony and all that shit. I really hope that it's just someone maybe not reading the record of the notes. You can look this up yourself. They do have the record of the notes of what everyone said in the call. A lot of corporate talk for, jerking themselves off to try to sound not so shit to investors.
Sweet.
Which is hilarious because it's like, wow, If I wanted to be lied to my face, I could listen to the dark thoughts in my head instead of listening to this fucker.
I can listen to my ex-wife.
So it doesn't surprise me. Now, for them to say, oh, it didn't do anything. Then why did you roll back all your statements regarding the OGL, you fucking liars?
Well, it's because they were claiming that everybody won when they rolled it back.
Except the thing is if everyone won when you didn't do anything, then it basically just points to... Look, I really don't necessarily like the argument of if it's not this, it must be this when it comes to human choices. Humans are deceptive and we're annoyingly complex in some ways. But this is one of those times where if the shoe fits, lace that bitch up and wear it. You cannot tell me thousands of people canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions didn't hurt your company. Planning to boycott the movie that you're really hoping saves your movie franchise shit? Yeah, that didn't hurt. Of course not. It's unfortunate that Hasbro is the one currently holding on to the barely making death saves body of Dungeons and Dragons, because Hasbro really just needs to get their shit in order. When you purchase something as old and as difficult to monetize as Dungeons and Dragons, let alone any tabletop role-playing game, you would think you would do your due diligence to realize what that could mean for your company. So what this sounds like to me is, obviously for starters, a fuck ton of incompetence, a lack of research into how to properly make a profit without,
I like money.
pissing off the people with the money. And 3, it also sounds like, call me a conspiracy theorist, but almost like what you want to do is buy a company or buy an intellectual property so that you can wring all the money out and then pass it off to someone else, leave you their golden parachute, and leave it to someone else to fix your problems. Because certainly you wouldn't want to sell it while it's down, because then you're not going to make any money off of it. So then why would you do that? Unless what you mean by that is what Disney does, which is own an intellectual property, and when it's about to expire, put out a new product so you can hold on to that intellectual property and never use it again until it's about to expire again. Universal Studios does that every once in a while with their movies, looking at the Doom movies, which
Greatest
I will
movies
say
ever.
nothing about that. So we're just going to leave
Come on,
that
The
one
Rock
alone.
and Doom. Come on, dude.
Well, it's still not accurate to the games at all. But it's still better than Doom Annihilation, which is
it's close.
Saying
it's
something.
close to the books. Apparently, it's close to the books. Although, according to people that saw the original movies, the original movies were dead ringers for the books, and the people that I talked to that saw the original movies all say that the new movie barely scratches the surface. But they
what
said
old
it's
movies
still good.
and what books? Because, with all due respect, look,
Welcome, Nick.
Warhammer can have books because there's a lot of depth into the lore. With Doom, this is the level of depth that I'm looking for.
My mistake.
You said Demon.
Doom, not Dune.
Wow, dude.
Oh, wow.
What
oh, my God. Doom, not Dune. 2 different movies.
No, I thought they were the
different.
fucking same.
He's like, no, I know Jason Momoa and The Rock are both Samoan, but they don't look the same, you fucking racist.
Wow, what the fuck, dude? Seriously.
Oni's gonna fucking explode. You know that, right?
I mean, I would definitely bang Momoa over The Rock. I'm just saying.
I think it's the
No, he's
other way
too hairy.
around.
Who's
Wait.
better, Jason Momoa or The Rock? I like The Rock's voice over Momoa's voice, but I think Momoa has more range. That's my opinion, as far as acting is concerned.
Are we talking about acting? Oh.
Acting, yeah. Not like
Yeah.
taking steroids and then the gym for 8 hours a day.
Oh no, he fucking went off, said he wasn't doing steroids.
Bullshit. He's older than me. And I don't care if he travels around with his gym all the time. Gym, not a person, soda. Gym like weights. Just
Well,
for context.
Rogan called him out, and apparently he fucking
He-
pushed.
PEDs. He's probably using PEDs.
He said he wasn't natural.
No, he's not natty. There's no way he's fucking natty.
He's like the Liver
Anyways.
King. Sorry, we
Liver King. I saw Liver King. He shrunk a little bit. He's still shredded, but he's
I
not
don't
as
give a
like, big as he was.
So, Oni, did you have
Oh.
more to say? Excuse me.
She's got a migraine now.
No,
At least
I
I'm not
don't have a
doing it to her
migraine.
this time.
I'm trying to remember where the conversation fell apart.
D&D
I
Dune and Doom.
no fucking shit.
and relax.
What it is Hasbro, if they keep going with this, they're going to have to do what Universal Studios has done, what Disney does, which is throw out some half-assed shit, realize it sucked, and then shelve it, but maintain the IP rights to it. That way no one else can use it. So it's, instead of it being a, look at the product we have, it's, look at the product we have that you can't use. If I can't get something good out of it, you can't get anything out of it. That's what they're playing. It's stupid, it's petty, but what else can we possibly expect from a company that, from what I heard, well, they had Thundercats. We see how
That's
well
how
that
business
went.
works, unfortunately. Only they do that.
He-Man,
It's-
they fucked that up.
Yeah, He-Man, they fucked up pretty good.
Well, there has been whispers that Thundercats might come back, and it might be tied to the Thundercats. What is it? 2011.
Oh, the one that looked more like anime?
The one, well, it
The one
looked
in between
more-
the shitty one and the one from the 80s?
I think it was like a movie special or something, or a mini series that they did. I think it was like,
It
I wanna
ran
say it was
for, I want to say 2 seasons. I don't
All right.
remember.
What's with the pineapple and pizza in chat? I'm gonna
It's
ban
Badger.
that fucking icon.
It's Badger because she loves pineapple on pizza.
That's
I don't like
blasphemy.
pineapple on pizza. Well, I don't
Hey,
fucking
look,
care.
I was gonna say I don't care either.
I'm gonna barf.
You guys
for you.
definitely shill and love on the pineapple on pizza. It ain't for me. I just won't eat it.
No.
That's
More for you
okay. You
guys.
guys put avocado in sushi, so
Huh?
I don't do that.
I mean, I guess. I just like sushi in general.
Avocado and sushi? I
Like
never even
putting
heard of that.
Fucking bacon in a quesadilla. Who does that
have you
shit?
fucking seen that? No, look,
That's gross.
Go
Soda,
to
your
your-
opinion don't count. You don't like chocolate.
go to a grocery store.
Ooh.
Go to a grocery store. If they have an Asian section or like, a sushi bar or something, look
Uh-huh.
at it. There will be some with avocados in it.
Oh yeah, there is.
Now- in and of
Wasabi,
itself-
yes. Avocado, no. I hate that's
No
gross.
fucking shit. It's different. One is a
I'm not
horseradish.
I'm saying yes for wasabi, no for that. It sounds gross to me. You're
I
jumping on
don't-
me for no reason. Relax.
I'm not jumping on you for no reason. I'm pointing out that yes, wasabi's going to belong there.
Absolutely.
Avocado. Point to a fucking avocado tree in Japan that grows naturally in the
Right.
wild, in the environment. But again, if you enjoy it, cool. I just don't want it because it's just not my thing. But again, it goes to show it's not authentic to the region.
Right.
But
Gotcha.
also, who fucking cares? It's your food. Eat your food how you want. Unless you like botulism, in which case you will die and it will not be fun.
Fair enough.
Botulism.
Botulism, it's a foodborne illness.
Oh.
It's one of the foodborne illnesses aren't great. Botulism is arguably one of the worst ones.
Well, Lent started. I can't eat meat on Friday, so I'm extra irritable today.
What a noob.
Shut up.
So,
I had to be a pescatarian today.
Chieftain Soda, you got input on this one?
No.
Or is it gonna amount to about a fuck around and find out statement?
It's more of a fuck around and find out statement. Yeah, go ahead, Soda.
I already talked about the stock they were gonna crash when they were supposed to go up, and this just proves it.
I like dragons.
Oh, I love dragon. Oh, I mean, I don't like.
Okay.
I mean, D&D's cool, but
Don't quiz me on dragons, Oni. Please don't, because I know you're gonna fucking call me on it. Don't do that. The evil look on her face. It's like, I'm going to test you. What is a dragon, Chieftain?
The golden dragon.
Oh no! Because I could go into metallic dragons, chromatic dragons, drake,
Imagine dragons,
lung,
gemstone dragons.
There are force dragons, prismatic dragons. Some of these ones were more created when Hasbro merged Wizards of the Coast's Magic the Gathering with Dungeons and Dragons. Is why they're all part of the Forgotten Realms, which is why I don't really care. So there's, I could talk about amphitheaters. I could talk about worms. Yeah, that's WYRM usually. But
Soda's into the dungeon part. I'm into the dragons part.
Into
he likes the dungeons
part?
for different reasons.
Oh,
yeah, that's on his OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's true. But I do collect dragons from D&D. In fact, actually,
I have a dragon skull.
Who was it? McFarlane did the dragon sets. I have every one of those.
Well, McFarlane draws in that line quality that's very sharp. So I would imagine he knows how to draw a dragon or two.
Again, I finally got to my fucking closet. I'm like, holy shit! I have like every McFarlane dragon ever made in there. Like, oh.
So you jump in the closet, usually jumping out of it.
I went back in the closet.
Oh, burn!
That's a clip.
That's a second degree burn.
I can't come out. I've got to go back in. Shut the door.
I am hammering this clip button.
You better not be. You better not be.
Do it.
I don't have time.
Hammering something.
I'm building my Star Wars wall this weekend, and I'm doing a video. Of it. So.
What time? Because you might have an extra pair of hands.
You can't come down here because I don't have the wires for you.
Oh, shit.
They don't come till next week.
Oh, next weekend's what I was talking about.
Oh, next weekend. Yeah, I'll finish up the Star Wars wall. The thing behind me here, TikTok, you see that flag there? It's going to be replaced by a Star Wars wall. I'm actually straightening out all the clear the fused plastic that's going to go over the top of it, and the lighting, and I have to go to Home Depot. You know you're getting older when you find Home Depot just as fun as going to Toys R Us. That's how you know you're getting older.
Unfortunately, you can't go to Toys R Us anymore.
Well,
actually, they're trying to.
Go ahead.
I think Toys R Us got purchased, so that company's trying to bring it back. I don't know why. I think I was in a Toys R Us maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. It just never really appealed to us. And
right. It's always like we were poor, so like Toys R Us was crazy expensive, especially back when like Transformers were made of metal, where you can actually get like hurt with them, and you actually had to figure out how they transformed to their 2 forms. It didn't do it by themselves. Now the fucking Transformers actually transform by themselves. What the fuck fun is that? It's like buying Legos that are already built.
Well,
fuck?
they also used to make Beyblades that were made of metal, but apparently you can't do that because apparently it's dangerous or some shit. I don't know. I wasn't listening.
I had the Voltron lions, die-cast metal lions. It was like this big. I think Soda knows what I'm talking about. They're like this big. They were. I saved up my money for mowing lawns. It was like $40, and I bought it myself. It was amazing. But now they're like plastic pieces of shit. So
whoa.
But toys. I mean, we saw it with Toys R Us. I mean, I saw it more from like a few aisles back because I wasn't a Toys R Us kid. I didn't give a fuck.
right.
My parents, they didn't raise us like that, so we never really went. We never really saw them anyways. But
The Dark Noble Dragon says, "Bite me, fuckers! I have my metal
Game-
base still."
but GameStop is kind of going the way of Toys R Us.
Yeah.
I'm watching with morbid curiosity because what else kind of curiosity am I going to have of
You
the
wouldn't be
death
on it
of
otherwise.
GameStop? Because I mean, they have EB Games, sort of, kind of. I mean, like
They're
that's
basically
barely holding
the same
on.
thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
but
in Australia still.
they used to own ThinkGeek, which apparently went out of business, according to the internet that at least that I saw. But they're like, people usually go because it's a meme, not because they're actually wanting to buy anything.
I don't know. That's more of a hot topic meme, in my opinion. But ThinkGeek is still a thing. It's just rolled into the GameStop brand, and all their products is sold at GameStop. And apparently, if you, I know we were following the news earlier, 2 years ago at this point, I think. But they got taken over by a new CEO that was supposed to restructure and redesign their business model. I don't know where it's been. I haven't heard anything about it since. So,
Well, as it stands currently, they ought to be sent to the burning hells, which, by the way, season 28 has begun.
Another exaggerated fucking plug from Tyrandad. That's 2 in a row. Excited. Someone had like a double espresso before the show tonight. Season 28 is not going down. I don't have my cool mic now. It's like going down. I have my old Mac earbuds now. So I'm reduced to that. I'm reduced to running dual screens on my 9-year-old MacBook Pro to do a show.
So, do we have anything else on this particular topic, or shall we flip it?
I say we should flip it to the next post, and I would love to do this read if it's okay with everybody.
Go for it.
So I could do a dual. I could do a dual one on Chinese TikTok. If you like our contents, please tell your friends. Tell them. All our advertisers or our advertisements are word of mouth because we're too cheap to buy AdSense and basically stuff on Twitch and promote our stuff on TikTok. So please tell your friends if you like our content. It would be greatly appreciated. So that way we can get 1,400 people in the chat. Thank you to the people that are in the chat right now. We are lagging out live. I'm Chieftain. To the left there is Hero, the IT guy. Below him is Soda. To his right is the Wolfman known as Tyrandeth. And on the bottom here with the beautifully blonde mohawk, she is the brains of Lagging Out Live. She is Black Light Oni. And we're triplets today. Basically, we're all wearing the same shirt. The three of us are. Well, the real people are, not the flawed people. Not the people that live in the interwebs. But yeah.
I'm surprised.
So thank you for stopping by. And if you deem us good enough, please click that follow button. It costs nothing. But what does cost something is subscribes or subs. And we love those too because we like money. Because we do a lot of high quality content compared to other podcasts. Because there's actually 4 of us with art degrees in here. So we do a lot of high-end stuff. We're going to be doing some very homage movie stuff. We can't tell you what it's going to be, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be starring Oni. So you people are going to love it. Oni's the most popular host on the show and has the worst connection. But that is okay. So come by and say hello to us. Also, thank you to our boosters on Discord Nitro. Look us up on like you could just just look up Lagging Out Community. Thank you to Actinova, Storm Wolfsong, The Mariner, Hypernova, and Soda Pop for boosting our Discord server, so we're able to play cards and do lots of fun stuff and do high quality content on our show. So a big ups and shout outs to them. That's the longest read ever.
It's because you chose to do 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, I don't know. That hurts. Oh, that hurts my ribs. Oh.
Hey, so check it out, everybody.
Hey.
The next news topic is about Saints Row reboot and how words are hard. How Embracer Group lost $100 million. So apparently this did not do well. If you ask Soda, who actually played the game, I'm going to give credit to that man right there. He took an L for the team, checked it out, he tested it out.
Took an L.
Yeah. Soda, you said you liked the game.
I don't know if he's back. Is he back?
Mm.
We caught Soda taking a shit.
Apparently.
People are
He's he's opening his mouth. Oh. I knew it. He's in a call.
What an idiot.
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so the
Badgers.
story goes that he actually bought the game and played the game, and he said he actually had a bit of fun, but stopped playing partway in because of all the bugs and glitches. You know, hey, Embracer Group, maybe if you finished the game first, it might have done better.
Get gooder.
Well, okay, here's the thing though. Embracer Group is just the ownership. It doesn't necessarily mean Embracer Group was the one involved in the actual development of the game. Remember, they own so many different development teams. So
yes, you're correct. The development team was in fact Volition. The publishers was Deep Silver, and the parent company is Embracer Group. So to be fair,
they gave me a rejection letter late last year.
So I understand where you're coming from with that one, but at the same time, to me, this is not the same situation as Fallout 76, where Bethesda was the parent company and they had a different development team actually handling Fallout 76. With Embracer Group, to my knowledge, they are just the corporate head. So I think it's a little bit different because they're just the corporate head. Whereas with Bethesda being an actual gaming company, they should fucking know what they're doing, which I know what I'm saying is triggering someone or several someone's F for who you are. So Embracer Group, because I remember distinctly when Fallout 76 came out, I remember distinctly the conversations I had. Namely, oh, hey, Fallout 76 came out. How did you like it? And there's just this look of fucking depression and regret. That wound up actually being a curse that only recently got broken by Hogwarts Legacy. So W for you, but F for those several years of suffering.
Now,
not believe Fallout 76
to give credit to the friends of mine that did purchase and play and buy and all that fun stuff, Fallout 76, as I understand it, it did get better. However, I don't know how much better because I don't hear anything about it anymore.
I heard fucking jack shit. Look, okay, I'm gonna fucking say it. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I'm gonna bitch about it later in my own segment. so I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Not that any of the developers are going to fucking listen to this shit, but here we go. When you have a deadline for when a game is going to come out, it should fucking work.
Right?
Red Dead Online lasted like barely a year, not even. Square Enix just shut down 2 of their online IPs.
Yep.
After not even 6 months. The game, when you buy it and go to play it, should fucking work. I'm not saying there won't be some accidents that happen. I understand. It's made by people.
Oh, you mean
Game-breaking
accidents
bugs.
like the final boss T-posing around the battlefield?
Game-breaking bugs like what happened with Cyberpunk 2077 or with... You could argue some of the recent Pokemon games. Because some people still love them. Some people are really bitter about what they've become, but they are playable as far as I'm aware of. When it's released, it should also have all the features. Looking at a particular Warhammer 40k game, because I know it didn't release with all the fucking shit it was supposed to be released with. I don't understand why that is such a difficult fucking concept. When it's the release date, it should be ready to go. Patches should be to fix little things here and there. Add a little bit. Just to make sure it's running at maximum capacity. Things that maybe didn't carry over well for whatever reason, you fix it. You make sure you fine-tune it for the people who spend a lot of fucking money in an economy that is kind of falling apart at the seams. You should probably not treat their money like it's nothing. That tends to piss people off. So, yeah. If I pay money to buy a car, that fucker better work. It should have all the features I fucking paid for.
If you get a flamethrower and it doesn't throw flame,
well,
you're going to be pissed.
Technically on that one, it should not actually, because that means there's fuel in it, which shipping doesn't tend to like.
Fire.
But when I do get mine and I do charge it and I get the fuel and I put it all together and I go to click the button, it should shoot flames. Okay?
You're that soda, you're fucked now.
Oh, good lord.
You fuck now.
But again, if I buy something, I'm expecting the product. If I buy a tub of ice cream, there better be ice cream in that bitch. Same with this fucking video game. That fucker better fucking work. Why is it okay for us to allow this mediocrity to go? I don't know. I'll leave that subject later because I'm going to hammer it home with this one, because with my subject, I have a dissertation prepared.
Oh, Jesus.
And someone has already kind of heard it, and I apologize, but I'm about to shit all over your dreams again. So, what a surprise. Don't worry, guys. Yeah. I'm just here to ruin everything.
Put that pillow back.
I'm getting ready for the dissertation.
So, I appreciate the corrections, and there's definitely nuance that was necessary to be stated, rather than just being like, hey, embrace your group. You done fucked up. So I appreciate that, Oni. What I will add to the context there is, I think Oni is trying to harken back to, if you will, the days of yore when companies like Blizzard were once great. Back when the question was posed to Blizzard publicly, hey, when is this game coming out? And they turned around and looked at them and said, "It's done when it's done, when we're finished." And they released an amazing game. Those days are gone.
Right. Now the community has too much dictation of what the company is going to release. And then they have the fucking nerve, the out and out gall to get mad over an incomplete game. Oh, when's it coming out? When we're fucking ready, bitches, and you're going to be there and buy it and you're going to like it. If we do it earlier, it's going to turn out like shit. You polish a fucking turd.
I don't even think that's the cause of that, though. I really don't. You know what the cause of that is? Investors. The cause of that is investors. You know, when a company goes public and they are, you know, subject to the whims of the investors who go, "Hey, I want a return on my investment now."
That's when you say get fucked.
Release it. Well, then they back out. And then the company's stocks
You already got their money. What are they going to back out for? They're going to sue you and cost more money about it? You already have the money.
Exactly what they do.
You already have the money at that point. What are they going to do? And then if they try to sue you, you're an LLC, and then you just dissolve it and you have the money.
That's not.
That's how it works, buddy.
Don't think that's how.
You ever see those Chinese food places where it says walk and roll 7? And like, what happened to the other 6? They dissolve the LLC, they liquidate everything, and then they open up the very same restaurant with a different name. It's a fucking.
That's probably because they got sued for selling cat.
I don't know about that, but
come at me! I fucking dare you.
Exactly.
You also have to.
How do you do that?
You also have to remember that a lot of these entertainment groups, I'll call them that, covering movies, TV shows, video games, comics.
Oh, the urinalists.
No.
The urinal case.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. The entertainment groups function on net negatives until they sell the product. They have to put the investment in beforehand before they can even make any sort of return, let alone a profit. So you have to put yourself in the red before you even go and make actual money. After you, that's if you actually make money or even cover the costs. So I do understand from a very uneducated financial perspective of the worry that your investment goes bust, because success stories are very, very rare. However, the fact that these business people are trying to make art work like a business, and these artists trying to make art into business, they don't tend to get along very well. Someone inevitably starts. Sorry.
They speak 2 different languages. That's what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that they don't know how to communicate with each other, and eventually someone's going to get screwed over. That's just unfortunately how it tends to go. Sometimes it doesn't. And ideally, both of them stay out of each other's way and only talk to the people who are in the need to know. So your head developers on the art side talk to your head financials on the business side. They'll talk, but everyone who's running numbers on the financial side, everyone who's running the arts in the art side, they don't need to hear about the bickering going on in the corporate boardroom. They just need to hear, these are our deadlines, this is what we're working with, how is it looking? Okay, great, okay, we'll work on that, cool, let's go. That's it. But it's always just a fucking pissing match, because anytime there's any sort of order or structure, people get too big for their britches. Someone always wants a little bit more. I mean, crap's sake, I'm sure we will eventually hear a bit more about the Mick Gordon situation with id Software, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more about that. Because, I mean, what it looks like to me. They fucking screwed him over. But he was an independent contractor.
Oh yeah.
So, giving people these deadlines, and it's like, this shit doesn't fucking happen in a vacuum. So.
Right, exactly.
Which is understandable. But at the same time, they're trying to put a quantifiable form of measurement on something that, by the definition of it, is subjective until you have an actual, product to sell. So I understand that there's a lot of nitty gritty shit going on, but holy fucking shit. The fact that this game was just the fact that it happened, it didn't need to happen. I don't know why. Actually, I do. It's because I want to have revisionist history. But that's the point. And then it's
Next.
like, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Oh, yeah, right. Wolfman, Tyrann Death. Input. Tyrann Death.
I'm busy killing shit.
This is a massive soapbox that I've been on pretty much alongside Hero for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
And between him and Oni, I ain't got anything to say.
If I were to put a timestamp on the time of death of Blizzard, it would have been sometime after Warcraft 3 and mid World of Warcraft. That's when, my opinion, they started going to shit. We'll say that they did a really fantastic job with StarCraft 2, but there was never any absolute deadlines for StarCraft 2. They announced that it was coming, and that was all we ever heard until magically it dropped one day.
Right. StarCraft.
Anyways, I was hoping to get some input on Soda since he actually played the game, but
he's working on a big, huge deal.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Soda, send me a sign if you're okay with us going over this topic to the next one. At least a middle finger?
He's busy with a deal. He's not going to answer you.
I know. Just giving him a little shit. So, hey, we get to do this thing.
Heroes hard drive. Do. Fancy graphics.
Done by
We're
Chieftain.
working in the red. Do.
So, yes, that's right. It is another Heroes hard drive. Some IT adjacent news, because I don't personally consider big tech known as YouTube as IT, but it touches my space, so I have to comment.
No, it touched my space. That's why it went out of business.
Oh, I hope these clips are working.
I hope you're not hitting them 8,000 times.
No, I'm not.
No,
but
just
there just
kidding.
happened to be a nice chain of jokes that I tried to pick up, but I don't know if it worked out.
Okay. Just pick one out of the best. I don't pick every single one.
Well, that's your job, is to pick out the best. I'm just trying not to inundate you with it.
Yeah, because it took me a long time. Go ahead. Anyways,
so this fantastical story is about Susan Wojcicki stepping down as the YouTube CEO. So, when this news first dropped, there was barely any details. And then hours later, there was an announcement from Susan herself talking about it. Why she left. Excuse me. What she was planning on doing next. It kind of seemed like hey, you're fired, but we don't want to fire you because you've been with Google since its inception. So what do you want to do about that? Well, so I don't have to admit that I got fired, I'd like to say that I'm stepping down and then I'm going to stay on as an independent advisor. ...
Is he getting paid for that?
I would imagine there's some sort of a backdoor deal there. Giggity. Some people are saying that it has something to do with the Twitter files. That nice long, drip drop news story that's been going on in the background now for weeks. There was a lot of shit that came out in the Twitter files that basically said, hey, the CIA has embedded agents in every one of the big tech platforms, and they are they're using their powers to censor free speech, which is bad juju because it's against the First Amendment. And yeah, the First Amendment basically protects us from the government interfering with our free speech. I digress. That being said, nobody really knows the true reasoning why she stepped down. However, a lot of people were rejoicing and cheering when she did. I would advise you all to temper your expectations, because I think it's going to get a whole hell of a lot fucking worse before it gets better on YouTube.
Looks like you're going to be very busy after every show doing copyright challenges.
Oh, that would probably be one of the things that end up happening.
We've been winning a lot.
I know. It's nice
That's
to
all
see a
thanks
lot
to
of
you.
green. Well, thank you. I'm just using what little I know about YouTube to make ends meet.
Yeah. You know about that stuff. I know nothing about that stuff.
But the person stepping in to assume her role,
Is
quote
me.
unquote, I wish we would be a whole lot bigger than we are now. But the person stepping into that position was her de facto lieutenant and head of trust and safety of YouTube. And when you hear the words head of trust and safety, just automatically assume that it's just censorship on crack. People listening to the fake offenders, or fake offended people, I should say, not fake offenders, because that'd be us. Like I said, this is going to become a wasteland before it turns back into a verdant garden. Anybody else want to chime in?
I think being on YouTube for almost 11 years and doing probably the best content that they've ever seen from a small creator, about 95% better than any other thing like you've seen. I am personally frustrated, and nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe I should
probably
fucking do a toy review and get 10 million views. This kid gets 10 million views playing with a fucking toy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They don't want people with talent. They want stupid shit. Maybe kids, teenagers making stupid stuff for 8-year-olds, and it gets 50 fucking million views. We do stuff with good shit, and no one says anything. Oni should be a household name. That's all I'm saying. Everyone should know who the hell she is. Yes. Everyone should know who the hell she is at this point.
I would definitely say,
you know who Frosk is? And Oni's 10 times more talented than Frosk is.
That
I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna fucking say it. I'm just gonna fucking say it, Oni. You're also a lot prettier than she is. Just saying.
That's a very low bar.
Well, I mean, you don't take any other compliments, so I had to aim for something. See, even Magma agrees.
Shut up, you're biased.
I hope I got that one. Anyways,
we look like twins tonight.
Well, about that little tidbit about the toy reviews done by a kid thing, that's a little bit of a different situation, because a lot of the toy review stuff and the content like that does get all of the fucking millions of hits on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Mariner? it doesn't matter because their shit is restricted because it's become age restricted due to the Kappa shit, and the adpocalypse. So I don't think they make as much as they used to. They get all their shit off of sponsorships now.
Yeah. Memberships are like subs on Twitch. Memberships
Yep.
are the same thing as Super Chat. Like that's what you
true.
have to completely depend upon with that stuff. And it's a joke.
I don't doubt it. What about you, Tyrion? That's what you got.
I ain't gonna be using a Nest anytime soon.
I'm back.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're good.
There
Did
he
it go, Sid?
is.
Oh, you left?
No.
Now he just sat there on the phone for the last 20 minutes with us muted.
Gotta make money.
Hey, I can't blame
I
you.
like money.
Gotta fund many different things.
Right.
True story. So, what about you, Oni? You got any input on this one?
I expect nothing to change. I expect nothing good to change. It's kind of like people going, "Oh, this is going to be a different time," and yet just the same. They're going to uphold the status quo, if not do whatever they can to get more power. I have no faith in, people, but we could be a little less nihilistic. I have no faith in an entity like YouTube to not fuck this up. So
That's a
true.
true
Bless
story.
you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I mean, that's a fair statement.
To Middle Earth.
Soda.
What's this talking about?
Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of
Oh,
YouTube,
getting
quit.
fired. Oh, so she quit. I don't.
Quit.
And she's kind of a bitch anyway, isn't she? Thank you, Tigger.
Thank you for the bits, Ticker.
Thank you, Ticker.
That's all I gotta do is call her a bitch to give us money. All right, she's a bitch. No, I think
We
she had
got
too many
200 biddies.
personal. Did she have like a lot of personal connections
Her-
with a lot of people that she probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have? Yeah.
I did mention that. I think it was you were
Oh,
still
okay.
on the phone when I mentioned
Yeah.
it. She actually, well, okay. Google started in her garage.
Oh yeah.
No, phone. I am not trying to talk to you. Stop. I'm not trying to talk
I'm
to you.
not doing the live anymore on TikTok. I did it for like an hour.
How did that go? Did it go?
Well, it got like a lot of people in there.
Nice.
Just send them over
Nice.
here.
Yeah, I told them to come over. Yeah, we were talking about Marvel. I was asking what their favorite Marvel movie was, and some guys was going, well, I like Spider-Man ones. I'm like, oh, you're in the right life for this because good thing you're not in the Twitch, because Soda hates it because he doesn't like good comic book characters. Who's your favorite? I go, who's your favorite Spider-Man? Tom Holland, he's like Miles Morales. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not what I was talking about. Yeah, Miles Morales is a really good Spider-Man, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, I had some responses, so I've never done it before. There's a lot of there's a lot of like flying shit that's going on your screen when you're doing a live there. But yeah,
Oh,
it
geez.
went well.
Nice.
Nice. I think we.
Without showing my boobies,
should...
I think I did pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. I'd say that we should probably try and take advantage of it to try and get more exposure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the 1,000 on TikTok on Lagging Out. So
that'll be good.
It's taking forever. It took me a year to do it because I don't do these like TikTok dances and shit.
If anybody has TikTok, go follow Lagging Out, please.
Right.
So to kind of play off of your question there, Soda. I don't know if it's actual personal shit in her life that caused her to step down, or if it was something in the background, because she wasn't just, the YouTube CEO. She's been part of the Google business since literally its foundation. Like I said, it started in her garage. they moved her over to be CEO of YouTube. She was one of the major players in the foundation of Google. I think there might have been cause for her to be removed as CEO. This is just personal opinion, personal, tinfoil hatting, if you will. I think there is something, there's something in the background, and I think it might be tied to the to the Twitter files and the expose that Elon did by releasing all of that information about what was going on at Twitter. And
okay.
a lot of what he was saying is like, yeah, there was CIA embedded in our company, and they weren't just embedded in our company, they were embedded in all the big social media platforms.
Wow.
So
Sweet.
yeah, there's definitely no question in my mind that she probably stepped down to dodge that bullet.
Probably.
And her public statement said, hey, personal stuff's going on. I'm going to stick around as an independent advisor. There's probably a big paycheck involved in that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's just where we're at right now. So anything else, huh?
No, I'm good.
Forget, did I dish off to you, Oni, and you Turn Deaf? Anything else, Chief?
This segment's brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Someday.
Choose your hero.
Ronda
Use
Rousey. is
Choose
now
your
a character.
champion. Blacklight Oni. Death
That
Stare
game-
Final.
Okay, I love that game, but it can be a money fucking sucking game.
Ooh.
I like where this is going.
And this has been Heroes Hard Drive.
Yay! Heroes Hard Drive.
Next up.
Do.
That Russian game!
That Russian game.
Hey, Zelensky.
Oh, that's good. It actually looks really good.
So, Ticker already asked, what happened with Harry Potter? Well,
He's a wizard.
the gist
Bald-headed
of that
Dumbledore.
situation is a whole bunch of people in a certain alphabet community or alphabet community adjacent, because I don't think there was any real actual people that were offended by the existence of Hogwarts Legacy. They were basically trolling big streaming personalities and trying to get them banned, and showing hate and harassing them on streams. Some of them cried, and then those people that cried actually came back and released a statement literally saying, all you Twitter people, fuck you. Literally saying that on a stream, saying that she wanted to be a fucking wizard, she wanted to play her fucking wizard game, and fuck you Twitter is what she said.
Twitter's not a real place anyway.
That being said, Hogwarts Legacy has started off this pendulum swinging back to center, in my opinion. Now the real people out there are sick of the harassment, sick of the weird activism, and are literally giving it the middle finger. And now they've picked a new target because Atomic Heart, it's a new game that was recently released. I didn't know anything about it until people started spinning up this shitstorm just like they did with Hogwarts Legacy. So now if you buy this game from this Russian developer, you are now literally killing people because you're helping people and you're helping the Russian government. Now, on top of that, all that particular controversy is also being kicked off with Ukraine, aka Zelensky himself, requesting other countries and other people and other economies ban Atomic Heart, because he's heavily implying that adding to the business, to a Russian business, is also funneling money into Russia to aid their war machine, allegedly.
He's not wrong, because the way companies work in these socialist type countries is that there is no private ownership of business. The country
But
is owning
is
that
Russia-
stuff. So indirectly, he's not wrong, but
It's
the way
not fair.
I mean, China
Yeah.
does the same thing.
Well,
It's the same
China for sure.
model. So I
China
don't know
for
what to
sure
think
has
about
that
this.
economic model where the
It is
government
ticker.
has direct hands in all companies. But is Russia built like that? Because I actually don't.
I don't know
Don't
much
know.
about it. To be honest with you, if it was,
I do know
could
that it's
understand boycotting the
literally. I do know that it's an oligarchy, and a lot of
Yeah.
the corporations, companies are actually, heavily embedded in the government. Like
Yeah.
what people are trying to do with America, unfortunately.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. Why are you getting paid so much money as a CEO of a company that you built? Because I took the fucking risk of building the fucking company. That's why. That's why I get paid so much money. Either it's too much. Who's to say it's too much? You know what? You think you can do better? Build your own fucking company. You can come in and work for any company you want and get a wage. Don't bitch about that wage and you're not making as much, or you think the CEO is making too much. It doesn't matter what you think. You didn't put the risk.
Doesn't matter what you think.
You didn't put the risk in. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your name is. So that's why they acquire the risk. But with I don't know how those companies are set up in Russia or China or wherever.
Well,
You got
But-
Tarkov, you got Russian fishing, you got this game. So
yeah, I mean, this game is robot females kicking people's asses. I mean,
they
it's
have
got
the
a lot of
red
appeal.
star in the forehead. That's a big sign.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's themed after, from what I understand, like
yeah, I can just see
late
Putin
post-apocalyptic type
Right.
video game out, staged out of Soviet Russia kind of thing is what they say that the
Well,
the
you
game
know,
is
Putin's
stylized
running
after.
around and making all the nerds make video games for him.
Right. He's got nothing else better to do.
I know.
Like,
Well, my humble.
It's not like he's worried about a Russian war machine or anything.
Well, you
My-
guys, it's very linear minded. Linear minded thinking that's all he's thinking about. He's thinking about where this other money is coming from. How is he going to fund it? China's like buying a lot of their natural resources, right? So is this
Undoubtedly.
another revenue stream for him? Maybe.
Like nasty
No,
oil.
we're thinking too linear about this. Yeah, he's worried about nerds making development stuff. No, he's worried about the end of it. Where's the money coming from these games? The money's directly funding the war, then there's an issue there. But there's no proof.
Oh, yeah.
All we're doing here is speculating. So
Yeah,
is
conspiracy.
that really
Exactly,
happening?
Ticker.
I would say it's 50-50. I would say
People-
yeah. I would say yes. He's worried about those nerds giving him money. Absolutely.
People
So,
have too much
I mean-
fucking time on their hands, is what I say.
What else do
I
they have
have,
to do? It's fucking cold there.
my,
Drink vodka and make video games.
I'm talking about the people like trying to shut them down and shit. Like,
Oh, gotcha. Okay. What are you saying?
yeah, my not so humble opinion on it is like, seriously, people, just stop with the activism. What's the
Yeah.
next big activism? Just shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna throw a chair at somebody.
Your feel my rights don't
Whoa,
end where your
dude.
feelings begin.
Ow!
Get fucked.
There's no justice left in the social justice warrior society.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Ticker thought that. I think he liked my comment. I'm not sure.
that was me throwing a chair at Nova.
I just.
You have to go to a
that's
single shot, then play it, then come back. It's not going to look right because it just blacked out on the screen.
No,
Fuck you,
it
what?
played the chair throw, and then I too quickly jumped back, so
Oh,
it
I
cut it
got
off
you.
halfway.
You can
in.
do it you can do a multi-button setup. So it, like you can cut for that.
Fucking what, mate? Oh,
I
but
think I'm-
Oh, look at that. The Amazon wish list. I'm going to add the 4090 to that.
yeah, right. Can you even find one?
Um,
So
Russia has them all.
I'm gonna go ahead and round robin this. Chief, you've said yours.
Yeah.
About you, Soda.
like I said, there's a bunch of Russian games, and I don't think they're funding any kind of war machine. I think Putin has better things and more things to worry about than. I mean, these game can't. I mean, couldn't make that much money. Just looks
I don't know.
good.
It's
I wouldn't
actually
play it.
really, really, really popular. So
Well, yeah, I think it's like 7th on Steam right now. So I haven't read the reviews yet, but it's not my
Block it.
kind of game. I don't really care. Like, I'd rather almost give money to them than Biden. I'm just saying.
You're
I
funding
mean,
the
I
same
think that
type of
should be the
government.
answer for everything. Give more money to anything but Biden.
Right. So actually, let's see what the reviews
Biden's
are.
diapers 2024.
Yeah, that's his
It
campaign.
all
shit.
depends.
Okay, Atomic Hearts. Let's see. It has 7,000 very positive, which isn't very much. So.
Ay.
Considering the new Forest game came out, it's got like 60,000 overwhelmingly positive games. So
So
21,000. So sorry, it's not that big, but it is also on Xbox and PlayStation too. So
yeah, good point.
Tear and death.
You're
Yes,
up.
sir.
What's your opinion? You know, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So what's yours?
People just need to shut the fuck up and either play it or don't. I don't give a damn anymore.
exactly.
Something. Yeah, I gotta do it again.
Ka-chow!
It's fucking funny. That's so
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Oni, what do you got?
I'm never gonna be
Who's
able to
to say
host
those-
again.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Who's to say the people, the devs behind that game aren't trying to raise money so they can move?
True.
Every time there's
Not
a
bad.
conflict, there tends to be a ban or this distaste or distrust or animosity toward the enemy. Part of it is so that you can stay in the good graces of whatever side you're on, or to show patriotism or unity or not stand out. But the thing is that outright saying you need to ban something doesn't tend to go well, historically speaking. Whether that was books, whether that was regalia, whether that was certain cultural things, it doesn't go well.
Team that.
Yes, in a way, a roundabout way, yes, that money eventually winds up at the Kremlin. You know, just like any other government, if the money flows inward, okay. With all due respect, if a video game is going to be able to topple an entire country, and I'm not talking the size of Luxembourg, that's a bit of a bold statement. I don't think one game released on Steam is going to undo all the progress Ukraine has made or not made. So I'm on the side of, I think there are more direct avenues of solving whatever issues going on. And last I checked, when this shit kicked off, a lot of credit card companies blocked access to Russia. So Russia's kind of limited on certain resources. They have workarounds, but they got hit hard.
Yeah, but
but you're complaining about a video game.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm also kind of wondering, like, Chief brings up a point. China is buying up a lot of their native-bound resources, and that's
okay.
I
need clarification. Who is there? Is it Russia or Ukraine?
Who is there? Oh,
yes,
Russia. China's buying up a lot of Russia's resources. They are
Okay.
allies with Russia.
No, I'm aware that they are allies with Russia, but everyone keeps going there, and it's like you just mentioned two proper nouns, and now you're using a pronoun.
Fair.
Who
Fair question
is
of
the pronoun
clarification.
for? So, but that's the thing is that's what some of us were saying last year was if you corner someone, they're going to go for the obvious choice, and then you're going to complain that they went for the obvious choice. Or you could not do that and maybe try to exhaust a little bit more of your diplomatic approach. Maybe try to ask different types of questions. Try to see what the possible workaround is. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but given the incompetence of certain people, I don't think that happened. So, doesn't surprise me, but again, it's a fucking video game.
I'm with you there.
It's not like it's nuclear launch codes. Okay?
Yeah.
That's like saying Fallout is a representation of 1950s America. It's a video game. I'm going to use a phrase, and I'm about to cringe so fucking hard. Someone stab me, please. It ain't that deep.
Giggity.
No pineapple.
But yeah, okay. So now that we've exhausted we've beaten this dead horse, I feel like. And I've thrown a chair enough times. Let's see if I can throw it again in another topic.
Yeah, stop hitting Nova, would you?
So hey, Chieftain was just talking about this a few minutes ago, guys. Watch our funny ass clips on TikTok. Watch them on YouTube, the shorts. So hey,
So we need some follows on TikTok.
Yeah, we need a lot of follows on TikTok. We're trying to, start streaming there as well.
There in like weeks, but yeah.
You're not helping our case.
I know. I haven't had time. I have to train up people to do that.
Yeah.
We got like 50 videos. I post like 10 videos a day, like for 3 days.
There you go. Come on, Ticker. Give us more credit than that. And of course,
cancer.
These are supposed to be funny. I better rewatch it.
You might.
Find your sense of humor, Ticker.
We're not that funny. We don't get the.
You said there's not enough soda.
We don't get the headdress tips from Ticker anymore.
That's true. That's true.
I don't even take them out. I don't even take the headdress out anymore.
But hey, guys, we also have merch. Also, the super popular Garbage Human.
That's right. Inspired by you.
Garbage Human.
That's right. Garbage humans. No, you're not a garbage human. The term garbage human was inspired by you.
That's true, Ticker.
That's because Ticker's poor thanks to Biden.
That's true.
I only had my salary about cut in half because of
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
I found a nice 3-bedroom house here in my price range. I'm pretty happy about that.
Hey, we gotta spin up the war chest, guys. Come on, donate.
Money, give us
the best nation
money.
is a donation,
Please.
folks. A homeless guy said that to me in San Francisco one time. I thought that was the greatest line ever. I gave him $10.
That is the greatest line ever, but it also makes me cringe considering the source.
Yeah. Well, if you know the Tenderloin, that is where they do all the drugs. I actually lived a block away from where a drug den was, like where the people were like passed out with needles in their arms and shit. That's where I went to grad school. That's why I stayed in grad school.
Good Lord.
Soda went to the same school, but he did it remotely, which was probably smarter because I had to deal with. Literally, there was traffic from protesters every other day. It was horrible.
Yeah, no way I was going to good old San Fran.
Yeah, I walked by a pita booth eating a cheeseburger, a leather cap, and a leather jacket.
Oh, jeez.
I saw a guy do that on a video. He was eating a cheeseburger right in front of a vegan, and she got fucking triggered. I was laughing so hard because I did the same thing 20 years ago. Ruby tastes
So-
good. Who's Ruby? Oh, that was the name of the cow that they slaughtered to put in between these two pieces of bread for me.
So,
Oni's not
hey,
amused.
it's only murder if you're human. I'm going to go ahead and pass
That's
this right off to Oni because just everybody prepare your Elmo Rise memes.
Go for it, Oni. Go for it.
So basically, the U.S. Copyright Office said a human has to be the creator of something in order for something to be copywritten. What happened was there was an artist who is currently publishing a comic book, which is awesome. What's less awesome is that they tried to file a copyright, which actually did pass on the first go through. However, when the Copyright Office decided to double check because they realized something that they missed, they put the whole brakes on that. What they found out was that the artist is using an AI generator to create this comic book.
Wow.
So technically, yes, the human is helping to write the comic, but they're using it through the algorithm of an AI generator to produce it. So the AI is the one kind of handling it, whereas the human's just kind of doing the input and publishing. So the Copyright Office said, yeah, no, you can't do that because it's not being made by a human. It's being made by an AI. So they don't believe there's enough credit that can be attributed to the human to reasonably say that a copyright should be issued. So
There's like a lot of gray area there. Pardon
Yeah.
the pun with the slide we have there.
I got some input, but I'll wait for Oni to finish first.
no, that's
and soda.
That's kind of mostly it. It's still an ongoing story. There's been obviously a lot going on in AI news because of all the shit going on. Obviously, I haven't seen this comic book. So I don't exactly know her methodology in particular, but I mean, I see where the Copyright Office is coming from. You know, if it's not made by a human, what purpose is there for copyright? So like if, you know, there are animals that do art, which is awesome. It's adorable. It's cool. But a human is still kind of directing the animal to do it. They're the ones setting up the paintbrushes and the paint and the canvas. So, you know, and also kind of like no one's going to really want to steal that unless they're really just a heartless bitch. Because it takes away from the wholesomeness of the animal doing the art. But when you have AI, especially with how new it is, yeah, it's gonna get ugly. So
you're touching on a lot of stuff there. I like it. It's gonna all play into our conversation, I'm sure.
He was telling his friends that were funny. That's what the context was before.
Well, no, he was talking about this particular topic with his friends, and he finds it funny that we're talking about it right now.
It's funny he thinks he has friends.
Awful. Yeah, it's true too.
Don't hurt Ticker like that. I'm sure your friends are amazing assholes.
I can relate.
Well, I kind of have some pennies to throw in on this topic.
Checking how many slides we have left.
Should have more than pennies.
That's all you can afford.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, Biden's soaking it all up.
That he is.
It's going into his Tesla battery.
Actually, that's not so painful.
He's rolling the pennies up and replacing the batteries with the rolls of pennies.
Oh God! And what? Coca-Cola while I'm at it.
I'm gonna get my hydrogen car when I'm gonna race.
Anyways, so my pennies, my 2 cents to throw into the pot here. is that I think there is I've said it before. There's a lot of potential uses that I think are not so invasive that AI could have, but people are going as far as to write movie scripts with AI, write school papers with AI. They're going as far as to write news articles with AI question mark. Replacing all those worthless journalists. Anyways.
That can't be that bad of a situation then.
Facts. But the problem is that AI only uses what it learns from, quote unquote. It's kind of learning in the same fashion as humans learn, which is you feed it content and it adapts based off of said content that it has been fed. But you're the thing is what it's using is information effectively scraped from the internet. You're talking about image searches, you're talking about just stuff that turns up in the Google search engine effectively, or Bing, or whatever the hell they're using.
Didn't only hint around to that.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's been said numerous times on our show, but I think Oni
Like
did
5 minutes
specifically.
ago, or like previous shows.
I don't think I don't. Whatever.
Okay.
You're
Because I had like 4 hours of sleep last night, so it's hard for me to focus.
Well, my point is what AI uses to create what it comes up with is not its own. Hey, what up, Great Gazoo?
What up?
It's not its own. What it's using to create this new content, it's an amalgam of, or a Frankenstein of everything. So I can see copyright not working for content produced by an AI generator. Sorry, this sound kind of overrode my train of thought there.
I know.
Doesn't take much.
But that's like ultimately my thought process there is it's not using unique content that belongs to it. It's not using now if it was like an AI that was exclusively fed stuff from one artist, I could see a premise for this. But I just don't think or agree that you can take AI content and say, and copyright it, because who does it actually belong to? The people, or this one artist, or exclusively this AI? So I could see this becoming a huge dilemma. Anyways, I said my thoughts.
This back to Oni. I think she needs to explain something a little bit more. Are you good?
I don't know what I would have to explain.
Oh, okay. Is that an old message I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Soda or Tyrion Death? Fight it out. Who wants to go next? Who's got a comment on that?
I'm still on the fence with the AI stuff. Because what was it? We were looking at the AI generated like superheroes the other night, and I mean, you could tell they pulled from different places, but I thought it was pretty badass. So I'm more worried that the AI. I'm not worried about the art. I'm worried more it's going to start taking people's jobs. We already have a shitty economy, so. And who's going to get the money? The person who created the AI? Where's the money going to go to? Does it go to nobody? Is it free? Is it, you know what I mean? Like,
Free money. I like money.
I mean, is the government gonna take it? Who the fuck? Is it gonna be taxable? There's so many like.
And that kind of that's kind of part of my gripe with it as well. I mean, I could see completely. I think I've said it before. Okay, animation. Thanks, Ticker. Animation. I could see AI taking input from an animator and doing like the between frames of specific frames that an animator builds. Like, say Chieftain, he's gonna build the full model, and then he's gonna do a different pose, and the AI is gonna animate between those two poses.
Spoiler alert, Maya does that already. You only have to do key poses and then you just change the energy.
Funny.
You're not putting keyframes on every frame. But
Right.
that's not
Not
really
anymore.
an accurate depiction. But what you're talking about is probably 2D animation, where it's
I could see
actually
that too.
tweening. There's actually technology that does that already for tweening within the context of Toon Boom, Adobe Animate. But like it can do that to an extent, but you need a little bit of nuances on like ease in and ease out. But it's something that's really hard to figure out. But I mean, I'm sure it can happen, but I don't think it's going to happen within the next 10 years.
Oh, I
I
think
don't
it
know.
can happen in the next 10 years with as fast as
It's going to
advancing.
look mechanical and shit, just like the AI paintings do. They look
I
so
mean,
fucking
But
washed
look
out
at
and garbage.
look at the news a couple weeks ago that we were talking about, where there was literally a freaking AI generated version of Seinfeld on Twitch.
I haven't seen that.
Like,
All right, then I'm
can
fucked. I'll go dig
Eh.
ditches. All right, see you guys later.
I know,
Oh, yeah.
right? I mean, what I'm saying though is I could see AI doing things like that for animators, and then the animators just does the fix it in post.
Right. Well, they do the final polish.
But I mean, I don't think that's too far fetched considering how advanced it is now.
Well,
And
let's-
I am. Here's where we get AI generated cyborgs.
It's coming.
Let's also consider the fact that there's certain AIs out there that will write up an entire website for you.
I mean, does it already
Oh,
do that?
forget
I
it, Turn
wouldn't be
Death. I'll have to have them do it then.
surprised.
Hmm? True statement.
Or they will drop an entire website. So basically, depending on how many AIs you want to run into, you've got your logo, your website. You can pretty much automate your entire thing, your entire business. Never have to lift a finger, but you deserve none of it because you're not actually doing any part of it other than, set this AI to do this and automate everything.
If you own the AI and the AI creates something, shouldn't you get paid for it?
But if you didn't create the AI,
What
And
if
you're
you bought
using
the AI that did it, and then it's
It'd be a
producing the
licensed
revenue? Do you get the
subscription, though.
revenue from the AI that you purchased?
it would be a licensed subscription and you wouldn't still technically own your own business.
It'd have to
You
be
wouldn't technically
royalty
own your own
free.
business if you actually bought the AI itself. Yes, you would.
Yeah, are you gonna spend the multi-million dollars to buy that?
Not going to be multi-million dollars at that point because everyone's going to have one. It's like those big screen TVs, the flat screen plasmas. They were like $4,000 each. Now you can get a 73-inch TV for like $600.
Yeah.
The more you
Right.
see it, the market will dictate it, and it's going to. Once AI becomes more prominent, it's going to be like, which AI do you want? Do you want the Toyota Camry of AIs, or do you want the Maserati of AIs? So, depending on which one you buy, is how much money you can make from it. So, I think it's going to be the market's going to drop, and it's going to be affordable for everyone. So, silly, we're going to sit back, kind of like in Wall-E, and have other shit do stuff for us. We're going to get big and fat eating cheeseburgers because our AIs are going to be doing everything.
Wally.
Great
That's
Gazoo
just
too.
that's just my opinion, and my opinion is never wrong, of course, right?
Never.
So
Honestly,
Great Gazoo
AI
two
has
here.
no business in art. Period.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I completely agree. It has no business in art.
Anyways,
That's because I feel threatened
Great
by it, and I'll be the first one to say it.
Yep.
So Great Kazoo
Because
2
I'm
here
fucking
is
awesome
saying,
at art.
fuck it.
Go ahead.
Quiet, Chief.
Did we
He's
get
coming with the
Mutamouse?
chair.
But Great Kazoo 2 here is saying, what happens when Comcast or an equivalent buys all the AIs, then one company to rule them all?
That
Wait
fucking
until-
Highlander and shit.
Wait until phone scammers are being run by AI, says Ticker.
Well, they're run by robots now, robocalls and shit.
Right.
Every 2 years, there's an election for something. So I
Mm.
mean, I don't think it. They're like, "Hello, soda.
Hello.
I am your House Representative, John Smith, and I'm here for the people. Can we count on
Mm.
your vote November 8th?
No. Fuck off.
Okay. Well, you can go and die. Have a nice day. Click.
Apparently, if it was, it's only murder if you're human. So if I was a cyborg and I killed him, that's okay. Is that what
Well,
it's
you're
saying?
half human, so it's half a murder, right?
Yeah.
Mm. What if it was my cyborg body and my mind was just uploaded into the cyborg body?
Well, if it wasn't your real mind and it was converted into a hard drive, then it's a robot. Then you can murder anyone you want.
Sweet.
You're going for Greta Thunberg, aren't you?
Oh, God. Okay, Robocop.
How dare you?
How dare
How
you.
dare you? I crush you with my climate change. I hit you with my flamethrower breath. Take that for climate change, bitch.
Oni, go ahead and take charge again. Any more input?
I mean, not really. I mean, we'll see how this all plays out, but
Yeah.
the talks about AI have to be done now, because if we wait on this too long, it will be too late to make certain decisions. And with the way things are going, it would not surprise me if it becomes confirmed that an AI became sentient.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, there were some talks that AIs possibly were sentient, but they were never confirmed to my knowledge.
No, I mean.
So now the
that
question
was...
of, sorry,
Go ahead.
what?
No. Well, I was just gonna input an example real quick. There was the main person in charge of the Google Translate AI. They basically said that the AI, excuse me, passed all the tests of sentience, and that's the example. That was a big controversy. I think we talked about it.
I think
Yes.
A year
Lorenzo was
ago.
talking about it in Discord.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
It's okay. With AI essentially competing with humans, regardless of whether those humans are artists or not. And I don't say that to be demeaning. I say that out of not everybody has the know-how, the skills, or the desire to be an artist. That's okay. Art, however, is judged by everybody regardless of their skill set or their interest. It is inevitable that everyone gets a say in it. But now that humans and AI are competing, there's the question of, well, what is a truly human aspect of art? What else can be replaced? And that's what's so odd, is that humans are both so determined and yet so lazy.
Yeah.
We'll find shortcuts for everything, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but we like to dominate things in a way, whether that's dominating each other or whether that's having dominion over a realm or over a computer. So I guess we'll just see what happens and how the story progresses. I don't wish ill on these people, but I don't see it going well in their favor. This, like the internet has said, this may be the one time the U.S. Copyright Office actually is the hero in this case. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's kind of scary when the U.S. government, after everything they've been doing, is the hero of the story.
It wasn't a Chinese.
The
was it?
scariest sentence you can ever hear is, "I am from the government and I'm here to help."
It's true.
Ronald Reagan said
Right.
that.
Yeah, he
true.
did.
All right. So is everybody in agreement that we have beat the fuck out of this dead horse?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we have a tendency to do that and thoroughly explain actual story, unlike other podcasts that just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So yeah,
True.
And then they tape
We
off your
actually
house
do our
with the yellow tape.
research.
we actually do our research. We just don't play the games we talk about, right, Soda?
I do.
Yeah, I seriously tried to dish off the Saints Row story to you, and you were on the phone.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was trying my best. I'll give you a
Yeah.
1% commission.
Hey, it's better than 0. Just saying.
True.
Anyways, does anybody have answers to this? I forgot who answered what.
I answered Pikachu.
Tyrion Death, you answered Pikachu to this trivia, right?
Yep, I have to agree with that.
Soda, what did
'cause
you answer?
I didn't forget what was told last week.
What did I answer?
I don't know. I think you said something about a bunny Pokemon.
Yeah.
Vanilla, I believe, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Ticker says Is that Charizard or Charizard? With a D at
Charizard.
the end.
The D.
Okay. The D, huh, Soda?
You like the D, don't you?
I think that's you. Anyways, we had a couple other people answer from the chat. Please drop your answers now. Oh, good lord. Ticker, you're on punishment.
Nah.
Magma, deep dive, anybody?
Deep dive is
Ticker
doing
already-
some D&D tonight. I think we got. Do you have the waiting song?
I do not.
You
It's a sound that I
should.
wish I'd found. Anyways,
You get the Jeopardy song.
yeah. Last call, and I'm hitting the button, guys.
The answer is.
Hold on. Let me see. I got this.
What was Badger's first Pokemon? The answer is Pikachu. I choose you. Fuck!
Whoa.
It was Pikachu. That's a
Yeah.
total
Yes,
guess.
because her first Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow. And the
Yes.
default Pokemon, the only Pokemon you get is Pikachu in the beginning, which means fighting Brock is a fucking pain in the ass.
He always
Except-
takes the one that's stronger.
Except then you go to Misty and you just fucking fry her entire gym, and it's just magical. But
Does she cry?
what was
Mhm.
special was that in Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu followed you. In that
Everywhere.
game, unlike Red and Blue, and unlike the original Red and Green, Pikachu followed you, which was a feature that wasn't seen until pretty sure Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I don't even think they had that for Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and then Fire Red, Leaf Green. Pretty sure that was Heart Gold, Soul Silver when you could have Pokemon follow you again. But it was only Pikachu. If you turned around and hit A, Pikachu would show emotions. It would bring up a little box with Pikachu's expressions. And the longer you play the game, the more bosses you beat, Pikachu starts actually warming up to you, starts being your friend. Sometimes Pikachu would do like a little dance. But also, in Pokemon games, Pokemon have what's called a Pokemon cry. So it's kind of like, a dog barks, a cat meows. Pikachu would make a certain set of sounds. Except your Pikachu in particular sounded like the Pikachu from the anime. So you send out Pikachu, your Pikachu, I choose you shit. It literally goes, Pika. It would do that.
Pika.
it was pretty freaking cool. So that was Badger's first game. And then when she got gold, her first Pokemon was actually Chikorita. But when she got Heart Gold, she chose Cyndaquil. So, yeah. Evolution of Badger's games.
Do.
And to top it off, you're not done yet, Oni.
Yeah! Fancy $10,000 graphic for Blacklight Oni. Because
Yes.
she's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Maybe it's
this is
Maybelline.
actually Badger's handiwork because we couldn't find the slide that was originally put in place for Oni's Yomi done by Chieftain. It disappeared. So, Badger created this for you.
Thank you. It looks cool.
Yes. Trek to Yomi. I like
I gotta
it.
do a screen grab because it's on my PC.
Luckily, I do know what the topic is.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not good.
No, it's not. So,
Hey, it's me.
oh, it's Fat Thor.
Yeah. Or you.
Apologizing that the game sucked. So to read the notes for your benefit is it says the co-creative director apologizes for Marvel Avengers sucking. Crystal Dynamics is in trouble. Fire away. Oni Rise.
Okay, so you remember how I was mentioning earlier that I have a dissertation about a certain game? Yeah, this is that game. Because following his purchase of Fallout 76 and pre-ordering Cyberpunk 2077, which we all know how that went, Magma was also looking at Avengers. And we were watching gameplay footage when the beta was going out, and I'm like, this isn't going to be good. And I think he was trying to protect himself from more heartbreak from video games. And unfortunately, I don't think it worked because it sucked. So yeah, basically the creative directors who were interviewed, anytime you kind of ask them about that, they just kind of go, yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then they just gloss over everything, which is a nice way for what it seems to me is not being said that they refuse to touch is, yeah, I know, and there's really not much I can do about it. And since it's about to be shut down anyways, who cares? So it's really just depressing when a game that they tried to hype up so fucking hard, they tried to convince everyone that they should like this game, and then just all they have to say is I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. It does mean a lot that at least someone said it, because it's sure as fuck not going to be Square Enix. But all the talent that they used, the games that they scrapped or put on the back burner, and then Square Enix sells off the non-Japanese IPs and non-Japanese developers to the Embracer Group. On top of the superhero burnout that people keep saying, isn't a thing? Yes, it is. It's clearly a thing. You're just so fucking delusional. You're just desperate to hope and pray that your money wasn't wasted and that those years can be taken back, which they can't.
Sadly.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. So yeah, Marvel's Avengers apparently is going to shut down pretty soon.
Wow.
I'm kind of like surprised it's held on this long because I mean Square Enix has like one game that's an online service that I know of that's doing well.
Yep.
But that was, but it had such a horrible start. It's
And it
don't
did.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I respect someone who can recover something, let alone recover something that was that bad and make it a fucking great win. But that should not be your cookie cutter basis for everything. That should be your, okay, it can be done, but we're not going to keep playing that game to find out. We're going to go, okay, clearly that didn't work. This is an outlier. How do we make sure we don't need to do this shit again? By the way, if you don't know, that game is Final Fantasy XIV, which is still going strong, and just read up on the history of it. It's impressive.
Oh yeah,
The
and by the
staying
way,
power
go
of that
watch
game.
Tyrann Death play it.
I'm
Yeah.
watching him now.
But with Marvel's Avengers, there were so many people involved with that project, so much money thrown at it for no reason, and
Only
all
for
for
it to
what?
crash and burn.
mediocre story, mediocre releases, bland as fuck.
Wasn't it a try hard nominee, if not winner?
Oh,
Yeah.
It was the winner.
Yeah, it was, because they scrapped the Deus Ex
So once
Mankind
again, you were
Divided
right.
sequel. So,
I think this game was the very game where she got so famous for her. It's too bad. It sucks. And that's what I'm talking about. I want to grab a
It's not
clip of
good.
that.
That's what it was. It's not good. It's like a really close up.
I want to clip that clip
I have it.
because I want to use it.
Find it. I gotta find it.
We'll handle that in the background.
And
so yeah, Marvel's Avengers. You will not be missed.
It's like
I still
seriously.
can't.
Spider-Man would have made it better.
I think he was in it.
I don't think he was he?
He was.
I mean, he's on the
an
fucking
additional
art.
character. He was an additional character, but the problem is that I think one of the many problems was that a certain red-colored mouse had their fingers in it, trying to push the narrative of what they wanted to be the main character leading the show, because they wanted to diversify. So of course Peter Parker wasn't going to be in the starting lineup.
No.
Of course Hawkeye wasn't going to be a part of the starting lineup. Instead, it was going to be the third string superheroes that they've been trying to bring to the front as the lead of the franchise for the last 5 years, because diversity and inclusion is so fucking important.
I'll say this. They pissed me off when they butchered Bruce Banner's characterization, okay? I like Bruce Banner as a character, especially the snarky versions of him. When he's written as snarky, it's great, because it's not like Tony Stark humor. It's like the kind of humor my family has, which is dry. It's, yes, self-deprecating, but it's sharp. And you just go, damn, you're fucking right. What? Who said what?
Ticker says, with all these superheroes out there coming back, there's one they keep forgetting about, and his name is Mighty Mouse.
Right?
I'm here to save the day.
But then with Bruce Banner, they said, in that game, they said, basically, yeah, he sold out the group. Like, since fucking when?
Who would have fucking done that?
Well, because when in the story, if I recall, I didn't really give a shit. I still don't. Well, not in that way. When Captain America goes down in the helicarrier, Bruce Banner basically goes, the government's right. superhumans need to be tracked down and located and stuff. And it's like,
That was never his.
bitch, when? In the original Civil War, he wouldn't have done that. In Civil War 2, he literally had Hawkeye assassinate him, and then Hawkeye got caught because Captain Marvel lost her fucking mind in that fucking
Marvel.
series. It's Marvel. She
Oh.
was absolutely batshit crazy in that fucking series. Holy crap! Like she goes on a crusade against anyways. So Bruce Banner was never about that because the few people who are loyal to him, he tends to be like ride or die kind of shit.
Right.
So for him to sell out the only other family he's ever known since all the shit happened in his life, and he's just gonna sell him out, right? Yeah. Go ahead and make him out like that. That's fucked up shit right there.
That's
The one thing I
is-
didn't like, is in She-Hulk, all of a sudden he leaves to another planet, comes back. He's like, here's my son. I fucked somebody. Here's my son. Like, what? What? I'm like,
well, here's the
it
thing.
was like 2 episodes. The kid looks like he's 20.
Yeah, no.
The fuck?
So the thing is that in the original series Planet Hulk, I mean, you probably already know this. The Illuminati, which it includes, but there are other members I just don't remember. Tony Stark, Professor Xavier, Reed Richards, because of course,
Dr.
they
Strange.
determined that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they determined that Bruce Banner is too dangerous to have on Earth, so they send him off.
Yeah.
They send him out to space and just go like, yeah, bye. But by the way, several of these were his friends at some point. So it's like, oh wow, just keep writing people that keep screwing each other over. That's just great. Thanks,
You
writers.
fuck now.
So what happens is he winds up landing on the planet Scar, and actually becomes a hero. Just becomes a famous gladiator. Actually rises up with the people because they go, holy shit, this is a man who, wants to free us. And he actually overthrows the evil ruler, marries the woman who would eventually be his queen, who loves both Hulk and Bruce Banner, but he usually stays as Hulk. And they have 2 sons, except the nuke that was supposed to kill Hulk when he arrived on the planet wound up finally detonating, killed everybody. He somehow gets back on Earth. That starts World War Hulk. And then
Right.
Scar turns out to have been alive. His other son was alive. I don't remember what happened to him, but basically he's like edgelord. I mean, they're all edgelords at this point. But that was
He got the
originally
worst
what
fucking
happened. And
haircut ever.
I'm sorry?
He had the worst fucking haircut ever.
Oh yeah, he looks nothing. In the original comics with Scar, who
It's like
the son is named Scar.
Batita's retarded son or something.
The son Scar is named after the planet Scar, but
It's like naming
Scar
my
in the
son
comics,
Earth.
he
my
has
son,
long
Earth.
hair. He has long hair.
Yeah.
He's big and bulky, but he's a half alien kid. Well, what do you expect? So they're just trying so much shit that doesn't make any sense, and it both in the video games and in the TV shows and movies. So Marvel Avengers, the fact that you exist is a fucking stain on video gaming. It was unnecessary.
Money grab.
You took away my Deus Ex game from me, and I will never forgive you for that. But also,
Oh God.
what?
Just that you will just never forgive them for that.
No, I fucking won't. And before you ask, no, I haven't beaten Mankind Divided yet either. I haven't beaten Mankind Divided. Yes, I'm aware that game's been out for 8 years now. Shut up.
Slacking on
But
me.
no. So it's fucking stupid. But hey, Eidos Montreal is hopeful that maybe they'll start working on the video game again. So please do not fuck up Adam Jensen for us, okay?
No Frenchies.
Don't do
Fuck
it.
now.
You're fuck now.
Okay, that's my dissertation. I'm done. Have at it,
Awesome.
everybody else.
Hey,
And guys, don't forget.
how about a Deus Ex TV show?
No, no, for a couple of reasons. One, the
Dramatic pause.
The topics covered by Deus Ex have sort of already been explained and shown through TV shows, and some of them cover very similar, if not the same, looks and concepts, depending on which version you're going with. And because of the year range Deus Ex takes place, I think you would have to be very careful and deliberate in how you tell that story, because there's the original trilogy, which first one is renowned for being groundbreaking. The second one, third one, it just went downhill, unfortunately. But with this, so because that one you're dealing with J.C. Denton and Paul and Alex, so that's that story. But if you're talking more with like Adam Jensen, I think that one could go a lot better. Yes, you would still be kind of conflicting with like Eon Flux, because some of the futurism kind of goes hand in hand. But especially with the way it's set up, I think it could meld better to tie into the original series, if that makes sense. Because with the original Deus Ex series, they tried fleshing certain things out, but with the sequels, they kind of really fell short. But with the prequel series, it explains certain things better, like how AI evolves. So.
Dark Nova Dragon, that'd be awesome.
Thank you, Oni. All
Well,
right.
He was joking around. He says, "Why not? They're fucking up Indiana Jones next."
Right.
And I said, "Will not acknowledge its existence."
Yeah.
And then he goes,
More or less.
"Bigot, JK." And I said, "I will gladly wear that title with pride. I stand with the Hogwarts streamers."
Thank you, JK.
And then he says, "We need."
Sorry.
Oh, well, he follows that up with, "We need to get Hero a full set of 40k armor."
Yeah, let's do that. Do it.
Sounds like it'd be fun.
Do it
Thank you,
now.
Ticker. Anyways, go ahead.
I actually know some folks who didn't know that when in the original Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, was it Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Wasn't it Crystal Skull?
No.
Oh, okay.
Last I checked, Kali Ma didn't happen in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
You're right.
That's
No shit, I'm right.
That's Temple of Doom.
Whoa.
Temple of Doom.
She's always right.
That's why I was questioning which one it was.
Yeah,
but it certainly wasn't.
if it's Indiana Jones, ask me.
But they didn't know Kali Ma was actually the name of the goddess.
Yeah.
Like
Garima Shakti Day. Garima.
Yeah, they kind of blended in some other cultures together. But Kali Ma is real. That I'm like, yeah, Kali Ma is real. That's the name of the Hindu goddess. They're like,
yeah, that's where my heart got thrown into the thing because I don't have a heart anymore. Oni and I are going to do a cosplay of Indiana Jones in short round.
So we're doing a little bit
reaction. She's not even a fuck you, chieftain on that one.
I can barely hear you talking over each other, so.
We weren't talking over each
other. I was trying to start the next topic.
Go for it.
So this is the what was it called?
The train derailment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an update to the train derailment, but there was an actual title, but then it didn't end up on the slide. Sorry. Yeah.
Look at the crawl.
That's what I'm trying to see, but it's slow. Anyways, the Ohio train derailment update. The update is that independent journalists have ended up on ground. They are now allowed to be there. I think if people tried to throw them out, that Trump, when he got on ground, would have been a little pissed about it. So Yeah, the journalists are there and they're revealing how absolutely horrible the situation is there. It's far worse than any of the mainstream media has reported on to date.
Mhm.
They're trying to bury the story.
Yep.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to bury it. Trump got on ground. The guy did a total Chad move and bought all the emergency workers McDonald's when he got there. Like, he's totally being like the good guy in this situation. My honest opinion is Ohio's probably not going to turn blue for a really long time. It used to be a battleground state.
No, it's solid red now. Well, why
Um,
do you think the president didn't show up there?
Well,
He's
sucks to be him. He failed.
his State of the Union address said he wanted to be a unifier. Wanted to be a unifier, but you know what? It happens in a red state. Fuck you. If this happened in California, FEMA would have been there like in 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, no
Like
doubt.
he went there, and yeah, was it a political stunt? Of course, of some sort. But has Trump done this before and it's never been reported? Yes, he has.
Mhm.
He has a lady who is
Mm.
homeless in Trump Tower that he pays, that she lives there for free. She's a squatter. He gives her flowers every week. He's paid the mortgage off of limo, off somebody who fixed his limo. He paid the mortgage off of that. He's done all this stuff that it's never been reported. So is this in his MO? Yes. Is it a political stunt? Of course it is. He's wearing a Make America Great Again hat while buying the emergency service cheeseburgers and fries and shit like that. He didn't have to do that. Him going there forced the government and FEMA to go there. It forced them to go there so that way they were like fools. Oh, we don't want to look stupid, so now we're going to go. Yeah, a former president has to come there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was leading to next.
It's kind of sad.
It's very sad. Yeah, Pete Buttigieg. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah,
I keep saying
you're right. Pothole Pete.
I keep saying Booty Judge.
Yeah, Buttigieg. He was the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and he's known for not fixing the potholes. So they call him Pothole Pete. But I think it's another reason why, because I don't know, like there's a joke there, and I'm not going to touch it because I'm going to break toss. But plus his husband Tristan might get mad at me. So
yeah, there's that.
But anyway, it's Pothole Pete. You fill in the blanks.
Yeah, there you go.
Odie, Odie. Don't laugh, Odie.
I'm the one who made the freaking
joke.
Title joke. So
yep, yeah. She did.
Yeah,
I will plug that all day long.
Yep, that's true.
But I won't plug the potholes because I'm not Pothole Pete.
Giggity.
Anyways,
you just hit the button. That's all I'm doing.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
McDonald's better be simping for Trump. I'm just saying. The number of times that man has bought McDonald's for people. Just show up and buys McDonald's. You that would be like, hey, G Fuel, you should really give a deal to PewDiePie. Like that should be a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they give that man a Golden Arches T-shirt. You know, give him some Golden Arches bling or some shit like that. Like,
give him a franchise. You know.
I'm just saying. That's one of those things where you just got to go. You know, seems to like McDonald's. Maybe we should offer him something. I'm just, regardless of how people feel about him, it just makes sense.
You might not remember this, Oni, but back in the 90s, when Bill Clinton was running for president, he was jogging and running, and then when he was done, he walked into a McDonald's and ordered a Big Mac. So, like, two presidents have also made this thing, McDonald's a thing. So,
yeah,
I mean, I think it's funny that Trump's doing it, but Clinton did it back in the day too. I thought it was pretty funny, but I'm pretty sure that Trump actually spent more money there.
Probably. But yeah,
I'm a Wendy's guy personally, but
But yeah, so basically, finally, FEMA is there, and the Department of Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg,
Mhm.
has arrived 2 days after Trump. Meanwhile, he's sitting there saying, "Oh, Trump's just doing it as a photo op. He's just doing it as a political stunt. He's just..." Yeah, but your ass is there now, isn't it?
Yep.
I have no respect for that man. The man went on leave and would not return from leave when the entire supply chain was breaking the fuck down at the beginning of Biden's disaster of a presidency. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit too far into digging a little too deep into the politics here, but
No.
this whole situation is pissing me off.
Tony?
Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
Hero can continue.
Oh,
I
go
don't
ahead.
want to
Sorry,
interrupt.
Yura.
oh, you're fine. Like, it's the independent journalists, and I can later time probably point out one specifically that went in there and was asking all of the hard questions of Trump. And Trump was answering the questions, and he was, well, honestly, telling the truth.
Right.
The
And he
government
never runs
failed these
away from a
people.
press conference like this fucking prick.
Like,
Run
like
away,
these-
pussy. You
The-
fucking bald spot, motherfucker. Go
yeah,
ahead.
forehead Joe.
Fucking
the wrong
costing me
Joe.
money.
like he's answering all the hard questions. He's straight telling it like it is. The government has failed you, blah blah blah. Like, honestly, the problem, I think, stems quite clearly, and this is just, again, my armchair opinion on this, stems quite clearly from a deal that was brokered between the federal government and the train companies, because they were going on strike, and it was going to cause so many problems for America, so you got to raise our wages and all this stuff. Okay, I get it. Fair
fucking
wages is important. Fair wages are important.
Yeah.
That's very important. But you can't slash the budget to fund something that's so important, because when you
That's not
slash
what happened.
when you slash the goddamn budget, people start cutting corners and people stop maintaining shit, and there's a clear reason why this train derailed carrying toxic chemicals, because they fucking failed their maintenance. They failed to maintain. It happens all the time.
That's
I
not
saw
what
it
happened.
all the time in the Army.
It's not
It's
what
exactly
happened.
what happened.
What happened was that there was a rollback on the regulations of the train and the travel in 2015 of the Obama administration. Barack Obama rolled back those regulations. Those regulations went by the wayside. They were not checked like they were supposed to be, because those regulations were removed, and then you have to get this catastrophic failure. So
I mean,
yes,
you're on the same track
the
that
true
I am.
context of what happened.
You're
I
on the
looked it
same
up.
track that I am.
Yeah. I'm just giving, like, they didn't lax on the maintenance. They laxed on the regulation. Some regulations
caused-
are good, contrary to popular belief.
It's
But
this-
they were blaming Trump on this, and when it was actually a regulation that happened 4 years earlier.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the context. Were they lazy? Yes, you're right. They were lazy on their maintenance. Yes, but they're only lazy because those regulations were removed. Those were removed, and now those people are going to die of fucking cancer, turn into zombies, or turn into superheroes. That's what's going to happen to these poor people. And they're not
tell
poor.
you.
I don't mean poor financially. I mean poor as in empathy. Just to be clear.
Well, it can't be a very rich area with only 4,700 people that live in the area.
Right, but
that doesn't mean that
we're not poor. They said we're not poor. We're middle class. We work every day. We're not stupid. Everyone everyone in the media is calling us stupid, and we're not stupid people. Would you drink this water? I wouldn't drink this water. So it's just
Nope.
I rather, I don't know. There's
No.
a flip. Go ahead, Oni. Thank you.
But yeah, before I jump further on that, go ahead, Oni. Definitely.
One, the sign of a great manipulator is being able to weaponize your enemies to do your bidding. So for former President Trump to be able to weaponize the government to do what they should have been doing in the first place.
Right.
Goes to show he knows how to make them still dance to his tune, and yet they still want to try to play games with him.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's perfect.
Can't play.
Yeah.
No, of course not. But he knows how to play the field. He plays it better than them. He plays the players, which is impressive.
It is.
People make jokes about Ohio a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Half my family is from Ohio, which makes this even funnier.
That explains a lot.
It does.
All this bad shit happening to some town that may not have heard of. I know I didn't know this place existed. It's all fun and games till it happens to you. You know, that's what's funny. So all these people poking fun that, they should just deal with it. Yeah, if it were happening in your backyard, you'd be demanding people hear you. But because, they're just some hicks, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Because their population isn't 100,000, right? It doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Trust me.
That's what they
do not.
What they feel.
Don't fuck with people who are so tight knit that they will hide a body and you'll never fucking find them.
That's true.
Damn true.
I take
she's true. She's
personal fucking offense because I found out the place that I went to high school at, that town, population not even of 15,000, which, big scheme of things, that's a decent sized town, you know.
Yeah.
Being in the mountains, it's pretty good size. Except then you realize I've lived in Savannah, Georgia. They have a population of not quite 150,000. Then you look at the city I'm in right now. There's over 500,000 people here.
Quite a change.
That starts to put things into perspective.
My hometown has 800 people in it
now. They're all related.
Hey, Oni, here's one for you.
Probably right.
Mentioning that whole thing of all they need to know as to how to hide a body, they can't be that far from a pig farm, and the soil has hydrochloric acid in it.
Pigs will eat humans.
Pigs will eat anything.
Everything.
Which is why when they say, just throw them into the pig pen, some of these city folk don't quite understand when they say,
bye now,
throw them into the pig pen. That means the pigs will take care of everything. It's all cute. It's all cute till it's gnawing on your fucking leg, because that pig isn't gonna let go. Why do you think there's a huge boar problem? There's a huge boar problem out in the South. And yet, my dad questions,
I would know.
Where the fuck are the rednecks when you need them? Should be open season.
Oh, they're out here.
Because those boars will eat anything. They will uproot everything. They can get hit by a car and won't give a fuck. So to hear fellow Americans putting down their own fellow Americans like this when something happens,
because it's a red state, Oni, they think they're stupid. That's why they didn't go.
Which is so, it bothers me. What it shouldn't fucking matter what color, quote, color that state is, how tiny the town is. Those are your fellow Americans. If they're suffering, it should be not even in your own country, just by fellow human beings. You should at least have it in your heart to go, wow, I feel bad. I feel I should be more grateful for what I have now, and maybe they need help. Maybe there's a way I can help, or I can bring attention, or something. Turning this into this political game, it really, really grates on my nerves because
same.
Oh yeah.
People are people.
People are playing footsie games with the government, trying to point blame, trying to say it's this or that, and trying to hide it, trying to treat these people like they're stupid. They're the ones going through this shit. They're the ones who are having to endure this shit. And yet
they didn't care during Flint, Michigan. They're not going to care here. The only thing they care about if there's wildfires in California, and then they come running. You know why they have
Which
wildfires in California?
because
Because they don't do
they won't get
controlled
rid of the
burn.
brush.
They don't do
Yeah.
control.
They won't
Yeah,
get-
they don't do controlled burns. You know who does control burns?
The fire
Our
department.
state, Florida. We do them all the fucking time. Hero knows it. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
there's a bunch of them near his house too, because we're both in Florida.
Every day.
Since like 1996, we had this really big brush fire in Florida. So every time since then, we used the Native American slash and burn technique. They were here first. They know how to take care of the land. So what they did here is control burns. So some of the stuff is avoidable. Some of the stuff like this that happens, government should have been there in an hour.
Quickly.
There's no excuse
Like,
for that.
Tell me
None.
why.
I want
mean,
my
I
money
already
going there, not Ukraine. Sorry, not sorry. Not on
Exactly.
President's Day.
the whole time this motherfucker that doesn't know where the fuck he is half the fucking time goes on a goddamn trip across the pond to go schlob on some foreigner's knob instead of fucking taking care of his own goddamn people.
Clip.
You called it.
Yeah.
But
No,
like seriously, why? Tell me why on
Tell
God's
me
green
why.
earth.
No,
Nothing
I
but
fucking hate you all.
Fucking
Biden.
stop.
This is why I'm metalhead.
Just seriously, like, why is it that 3 days after they evacuated the 1 mile radius around ground zero of this derailment, the EPA says, oh yeah, the air and water is fine.
Yeah, they said
It's
that
safe
on
for y'all.
9/11 too.
And here the fuck we are 20 days later. Let me look at the 21 days later, I'm sorry. And there are independent journalists walking around videotaping cars with chemical sheens all over their freaking the cars. Bodies of water where emergency workers are. Here's a clip right here, and there's freaking chemical rainbows across the goddamn stream.
Oh,
The
that's
fucking
normal, dude.
air
You know that?
smells
Right.
toxic as fuck, all according to these goddamn people. And
They're more toxic
they're
than
talking
frost.
they're
Mm.
talking about fucking they're
Frost
talking
vagina.
about their
Fucking-
children breaking out in rashes,
Yeah, rashes, throat problems.
breathing issues, and you got people sending, please send medical. They're just stating to these journalists, these independent journalists, of course. So they're just getting posted to the internet. They're not getting paid by fucking Washington Post over there sucking Jeff Bezos' dick.
Whoa, dude.
Like
Wow.
seriously,
Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight.
like
Ottawa Crowder.
why? Why? I mean, I already know you're saying, oh, it's because it's a red state and these Democrats don't give a shit. Obviously, but like,
Oh, I think it's a little bit more broad than that. I think when it comes, you bring up the EPA, organizations like that, which are government funded, I don't think it's got anything to do with politics. You could take politics out of this, and I think it would still, it could explain this situation. Because it's federal money. They just exist to take money. Yes, they sort of have a job, but at the same time, at some point, you can just write that off on your tax returns. So they are under no true obligation to actually do their job and be upheld by the standard. Why? Because they write the standard. They are
Yeah.
the standard.
but here's
So
the thing:
They
if they
can
just
fudge whatever
exist,
they want.
if they exist to take money, well, why would you relax EPA regulations instead of hammering the fucking numbnut idiots that are not keeping up with their maintenance, that are not doing their jobs to keep the railways safe? Fucking nail them with $1 billion fine. Don't do it again. And
Because
if they fail, well, sucks to suck, loser. Maybe you should have followed the fucking rules.
the reason why, though, remember,
Louder
Give
and
me
is
a
louder.
it's easier to be lazy. It's easier to be lazy for a lot of money than work hard for a lot of money. So By the time all these regulations are going through and there's starting to be problems, what they're counting on is I'll be gone. I'll have gotten my paycheck. That'll be someone else's problem.
Right. Well,
So they're just waiting for the clock. Yes, you could insert politics into it, but when it comes to that part, I don't think it's got politics to do with it. I think it's just the sheer laziness and greed.
Oh yeah,
Of
that has something to
humans.
do with it too.
there's no doubt in my mind on
Especially
that.
in federal alphabet organizations,
Mm.
like because they just it can start off with great intentions, but they wind up being nothing but government pork that needs to be cut
Whoa.
because they get to make the rules, so they can absolve guilt. Remember, this is going to be a little bit of a sidestep, but I swear it'll make sense. The FDA almost approved of thalidomide in this country.
Oh,
if
damn,
you
I forgot
don't know
about that.
Yeah, it was stopped by a woman. It was her first job in the FDA. It was her first job after getting her degree for, I don't know specifically, but I'm pretty sure it was pharmaceuticals and drug testing. Her first job. And she refused to allow thalidomide to be approved for the FDA because she noticed a lot of really suspicious activity. Turns out she
Yeah,
was
the
fucking
thalidomide
right.
babies. Remember those?
Yep, because
The
those
flipper arms and shit?
those thalidomide children are still alive.
Oh, yeah.
Now, right now, from what I've heard, thalidomide is being investigated for possibly being a way to treat cancer. Because, to be honest, if it's gotten that bad, you might as well try something else.
Well,
So,
cancer
thalidomide
being-
children.
Sorry,
sorry?
I was about to
No.
I was about to completely sidestep the subject by saying cancer is it's unique. It's it's cancer. But cancer is a disease that causes uncontrollable cell growth and multiplication, obviously exponentially. So in order to treat cancer, you have to hit it with something that kills human cells.
Dr.
Well,
Hero.
the thing is that thalidomide isn't necessarily
Dr.
about
Phil.
that. The problem with thalidomide was marketed, because if I recall, its country of origin was Germany. Thalidomide was marketed as a safe general use prescription for women during pregnancy, for morning sickness, pain, general things. That is what caused the deformities in their children or spontaneous abortions, because thalidomide is not safe for that use. Does not mean it doesn't have a use, but it cannot be used for that reason because clearly it is not safe. And the fact that it was marketed as being safe, the fact that they had so much paperwork that wound up actually being fraudulent. So the FDA almost allowed thalidomide in America. So anytime one of those 3-letter alphabet organizations tries to tell you it's going to be this way, there's a good chance it could also go
Fortunately,
wrong.
no. But I'm still gonna stand by the statement of if you want this situation to be corrected, it needs to be hard enforced punishment. Just the EPA eventually came along and said, "Oh yeah, that rail company needs to come here and clean up, because if they don't, and it's got to be at their cost, but if they don't, we're gonna start the cleanup."
$70,000 a day.
$70,000 a day exactly. And they have to pay for the cleanup. So all the materials spent in cleaning up the mess that the EPA, ends up using is going to end up being their problem. Now, mind you, $70,000 a day in the grand scheme of things, looking at corporate wide, financial gains and losses, it's not really that big. I don't think that is a valid enough punishment. I think it needs to be steeper. It needs to be draconian. It
Draconian?
cannot be less
Drag
than
gonads.
enough to cause severe harm to the company and enough to make them feel it and go, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do this again. This really hurt our bottom line. And
But
they
here's
need
the
to be
thing.
on the hook for all medical treatments for people that live in that area for life.
But the thing is that it's not.
NWO
Some
style
of that,
for life.
some of what you're talking about is not under the jurisdiction of the EPA. Okay, you have to remember the EPA has control only over certain things. Trust me, I have already seen reports that other organizations or groups want a piece of Norfolk Southern.
Yep.
And they will.
Southern.
They are saying you owe X amount of dollars to each family. I'm not saying it's enough, but I am saying that the EPA, all these organizations might be limited in how much they can charge for reasons of jurisdiction, because of the law, or because they know if they want to actually cause damage, they each have to be able to get a little piece of this. Norfolk Southern owes them, and they're gonna get theirs. So they have to.
Meanwhile, Norfolk
they can't all
Southern was
just
trying
take
to.
one.
Meanwhile, Norfolk Southern was trying to hush everything up by walking around 3 days after the damn evacuation was rescinded and trying to hand out $1,000 paychecks. Hey, please don't sue
I
us.
saw that.
Hey, don't sue us. Sign this that you're not going to sue us. Here's $1,000. Bitch, what? Fucking what? I'm
Exactly.
sorry. What? $1,000 to treat something that's going to end up being a lifelong illness because it's going to fucking turn into cancer in 10 years?
Or superhero.
Nah, no, nothing good comes
zombies.
of that. I mean, we already got one running around the fucking Ukraine right now. Oh, wait, no, he's back.
Oh, I can't climb stairs.
Somebody help Chieftain up the stairs.
That
He drank the water.
motherfucker fell again. That was so. Like, what?
According to his health report, he's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yet they don't force him to take a cognitive test.
That's
like
what
they did
I
Trump.
said. That's what
Yeah,
I said.
Wonder where I got that from.
Oh, me.
Last weekend or so.
Oh, yeah, that was me. I said that to you. That's right. Great minds think alike, or copy each other.
Oh.
Plagiarism
I feel
is
good
the
talking
best
about
form
that
of
because
flattery.
that guy's a turd burger one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They definitely got.
I'm sorry, that's Buttigieg. My bad.
It got fucking politically extreme, which isn't normal for us, but full
These are
disclosure.
fellow Americans.
Full disclosure, I am not red and I am not blue. Fuck your opinions. No, I'm kidding.
What do you
Well,
A
got?
lot
little
of
breathing,
people
I was
are
starting to wonder when
libertarian,
you'd turn
so-
blue.
So. Most of y'all are
anyways.
libertarian in the chat as well. So
I wouldn't even know what to identify as.
you're for
Ambiguous.
small you're for small government, and whatever your personal choices are should be kept between you and whoever. That's libertarian.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you're
you know,
fiscally conservative, socially liberal is what a libertarian considered.
I'm radical left.
I know you are.
yeah, you got the purple hair to prove
you
it.
like Putin? He's fucking right of me. That's what he said. Me, I don't
So,
make no bones about it. I don't care what people think.
I'm not for anybody that's wondering.
I'm
So
for
I've had
people to
my
save
word.
me fucking money and make me feel safe. That's what I'm saying. So
I've
basically
had-
voting for Oni when she's 35,
Sweet.
which is
I
about
would
20
be
years.
assassinated before my first talk.
I said the same shit.
She stole that from me. I said the
No,
same
I've been
thing.
saying it for years.
I've been saying it.
I'm saying that I
probably-
say that same shit, and I have
I'd
for a
say
lot of
it
years
to be, like,
too.
shot like within the first week. Yeah, definitely.
As soon as I opened my mouth and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take down Big Pharma,"
You're dead.
You're we don't know where he went. We think we saw
oh,
that
he just magically developed this aggressive cancer. We don't know how that happened.
he
I
killed
don't know.
himself,
Look
you
at the
know,
fucking
bullet-
train derailment, assholes.
More,
He killed
more like
himself,
he
even
died of
though
lead
the engine
poisoning.
room is. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna go ahead. I've had my word vomit. Oni's definitely covered a lot of ground. Chief has covered a lot of ground. Soda.
I'm kind of with everybody else on this one. It's a giant fuck up. Nobody, probably more than half of America doesn't even fucking know what's going on. Our president's not helping. Like you said,
Well, he doesn't know what's
FEMA.
going on, anyways.
Well, that's true, but FEMA didn't get out there till what, a couple days ago
They
when
said it
Trump
wasn't
went
their
out.
jurisdiction,
Fucking yeah.
and then all of a sudden it is.
All I can say is something wrong with our country. It's
I
sad.
mean, FEMA was so helpful during Hurricane Katrina, if we all recall. Now, I understand that FEMA also was not aware of all the shit going on, but
Oh yeah.
again, another organization that doesn't seem to really do much except take
Didn't
money.
they find like this gigantic, like, mass load of pallets of bottled water like 5 years later, sitting on an island that was meant to be, bottled water to support victims of Katrina?
Probably.
They did that in Puerto Rico too. They did that. They purposely held back supplies that were shipped to make the president look bad. Like the governor of Puerto Rico was actually talking, and you saw behind her there were pallets high of water behind her. It's like, we're not getting any support. We're not getting any supplies. I'm like, bitch, turn around. Bitch, turn around. It's all behind you. Toilet paper, water, food, canned goods.
No.
Bitch, turn around. It's behind you.
Like no
You
tango.
can't fix
agua.
stupid, but you can medicate it. So
Yeah.
I'll give
Or
her some
medicate
medicine.
yourself to deal with the stupid.
That's what I have to do.
I can't stand stupid people anymore. I can't deal with it.
Just go to your psychiatrist. Some Xanax.
I can't. I fired my psychiatrist. He said I was crazy. So,
Well, they'll
there's
give you a
that.
cognitive test.
Yeah. Tyrandet's turn. He's
You
too
took
busy
the words
making
right out of my mouth.
I was gonna say he's too busy making clips of my meltdown.
Yeah, how do I download those?
Click the links.
Yeah, I clicked the links. You can't download them.
You'll be able to.
Let me see.
The fire
Our state,
department.
Florida. We
Whoa,
do them.
whoa.
What the?
17 minutes ago. Save as highlight.
Oh wait, yeah, there it
Watch
is.
full
So-
video. There's a download button. Okay. You can post it to every fucking thing.
Obedient Wimpy Ladies Hassan Shopping. That's what it's called. Oh, it makes it in HTML. I can't download it.
Oh, yeah. Just, sure about that? Here, let me
Yeah,
see.
it's. Anyways, let's move
No,
on.
it saves as an MP4 for me.
No, not with me. Right
I'll
click.
show you later. Anyway. So, we've all had our say. It's too bad. Don't worry. I can see Soda having an epic freaking blow up on one of these topics someday. I know Oni's capable of it. She just embodies the Rise meme. Chief
My
definitely,
favorite meme.
yeah, Chief definitely gets up there, and maybe someday Death will overcome his, aversion to talking and have his own blow up.
I can imagine
he's a
him
little
driving and
focused on
someone
video
cuts him.
games.
I imagine someone driving and cuts him off. Hey, dude, you cut me off. What the fuck? I'm so angry right now.
Oh no, I've seen him get livid. It can be kind of terrifying, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm chill most time.
You're chill because of the Xanax.
I'll be like, listen, motherfucker. No, just kidding.
Well, if it does say anything, I did manage to put a 215-pound guy about 3 feet up a wall one-handed. So
Impressive.
That is. If you like our stuff here, you're gonna really like our YouTube shorts. So check us out on YouTube.com/LikeAndOut. That's YouTube.com/LikeAndOut. Check us out today. We have daily funny clips, so you don't have to watch 4 hours of stuff. You can watch the stuff out of context. Maybe watch Hero blow up and talk about pufferfish, or Oni telling Hero to shut the fuck up and stop interrupting her, or watch me get muted a mouth, get a mute a mouth somewhere. And Soda talking about dicks and penises and balls and stuff like that, and Death falling asleep and waiting for a response from him. All these funny clips can be found here at youtube.com/LikeAndOut, youtube.com/LikeAndOut. Subscribe today.
Do it.
It's free.
It's free.
Hit
But
that
if you want to
subscribe
become a
button.
membership,
Bang that
it starts
bell.
at $1.99 a month. Or memberships, right? Memberships. $1.99. I said that right. It's actually the same price as a sub here. So
Right. Remember, all you Australians, you can just go find Nova and scan that QR code on his ass, and it'll give us money.
yeah, it'll cost you a tenner.
It costs you a tenner, even though he's not here anymore, a little bitch. But
That's all right. As I go.
Anyway.
There's a lot of people on tonight.
Give you a
Yeah, we closed out pretty well.
Yeah, really good. Guess who's on, guys? Death is on. Rogue Penguin is on.
Ooh.
Beck likes playing. She has 106 people. I don't think she needs all raid.
And she's playing Diablo 3.
And she's playing Diablo 3.
Her friends or her chatters won't let her play because they keep subbing, so she has to sing, so she can't play Diablo.
Oh, really? That's a $25 donation to get her to sing.
Yeah, it's like what, like 10
Oh,
subs.
snap. Rogue Penguin's playing Sons of the Forest.
Oh, no. It's been a while since we haven't rated someone else other than Death.
Dang it.
It's been a minute. Do you guys want to be rated? Do you want to raid Death this week? Rogue Penguin? Who do you guys want to go? Where do you guys want to go? What do you guys
Hey,
want to
one
watch?
in the chat if you want to raid Death, 2 in the chat if you want to raid Rogue Penguin. Tough crowd.
Can you post dog or wolf or penguin emojis?
Ooh, I like that too. Penguin emoji if you want to raid Rogue Penguin. Wolf emoji or dog emoji, whichever, if you want to raid Death. How's that?
My ribs still hurt.
Or just hit up that poll up at the top of the chat.
Oh, there you go.
I like that.
This is why I love Death. You can knock that shit out so quickly. Plus, he sleeps in the chair, so he's always there.
Well, the problem is,
And accuse me of sleeping if I'm actually putting out or making output.
Rogue never stays off late.
That's true. She doesn't stay up long.
Yeah, and I'm rarely out of here before 4 a.m.
Wolf and Penguin, so 67% for Penguin, and Wolf is 33. It's 50-50 now. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go for the voting. So at 11:26 East, 11:27
Depending on how
East.
things go, you might actually get to see Soda, myself, and whoever else wants to join in on Diablo 3.
Probably won't.
Listen to Death lobbying for these votes.
Oh, I voted for him.
He's a fucking.
Well, we
look
got
at the avatar
date wrong.
smiling. Look at that. That's awesome. When he smiles, it smiles. It's fucking creepy as fuck. Look at that.
The D3 season actually started today.
50-50, guys.
Yes, started today.
Yeah, that kind of bad day.
Does anyone play Diablo Immortal still?
No. They just had a big video about a guy saying it took about $150,000 to max out your character.
I thought that was like last year.
Last year it was like 50,000, and it went to 100,000. Now it's 150,000.
Healer.
So we keep going up 50,000 every time I see a video.
Well, I can't wait for that game to fucking die then.
Well, they got a lot of money from China, but I don't think China can play it anymore.
China. It's China. They don't
They-
like McDonald's in China.
They like
Mm.
human suffering in China.
Apparently.
Yeah.
There's really only two words you have to worry about if you find people from China playing the game. Just put up Tiananmen Square and everything shuts down for them.
That's
Apparently.
funny.
Well, I don't think we have enough voters.
Wow, we only have 2
Wow.
voters. This is why we're in the situation we're here in the United States. No one fucking votes. See that shit?
It's
I
true
voted.
too.
So someone pad the votes.
I voted already.
I did
know
not
people who
vote.
didn't vote, and they actually revealed to me, and they go, I didn't vote. And I'm like, really?
I mean, I can't really blame people for starters.
That's true.
I've barely voted, but sometimes you just go, both these options fucking suck.
Yeah, they do.
Or what's really going to change, especially when you keep hearing about voter fraud? People are going to go, well,
Right.
what the fuck's the point? I certainly don't blame them, not just because I'm one of them, but because I can understand feeling fucking.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was even talking about you.
Well, also because I've moved around so often in the last
Yeah.
couple of years that it's like, what the
impossible.
fuck am I going to do now? So yeah.
I remember when I moved to Florida, I had to wait a year or something. Like back in the late 90s, I had to wait.
Oh, I think Mariner broke the tie. He wasn't able to click the vote, but he says Penguin.
Penguin 3-2.
That's
All right.
okay. I
Well,
was
then
going to
next
vote
week
for
we'll do
me.
Tyrann.
So
We'll go back and forth. Tyrann is a greedy bastard. He's like, I want to be rated every week. He's like, I got
gotta
a
push for mine.
sponsorship to hit.
no sponsorships this week.
Oh, no sponsorship. There was one for $12.50 on the email. I think it's a Raid Shadow Legends one. I'm not sure. All right, so I guess we're rating. Is she leaving? Is she her numbers? No, she's some of the. All right, so on behalf of the
Can you
beautiful
start the read?
bearded
Because I
bastard,
don't seem to know how to do it.
slash raid
Yeah.
and rogue _ penguin 93, and then you hit enter. It'll be a 10-second drop down, and then you
Yep.
click raid. But you also have to end the stream
Yeah,
afterwards twice.
We've experienced this one. All right.
No.
Here we go, guys. I'm
Yeet.
gonna go ahead and boom.
You got a boom?
And on behalf of Tyrann Death and Black Knight Only, this is Chieftain.
Yep.
Sign it off. And lagging out.
too.
And don't
This
forget
is
soda as
lagging
well.
out, guys.
Dick.
Hi,
And
guys.
soda.
When I get online, I'm feeling
The
like
beautifully
something's not right. Cause the bullets
CG guys.
curve like some people unlock that wanted perk, yeah.